Alright, hey there guys, it's Metro. We're back. First key stream with the new chair. We'll see how it goes. I had a lot of trouble adjusting it to where I want, but it's very comfortable. The seat is excellent. But a couple other problems. Anyway, we are back. Servers were supposed to be off until 1 Eastern, and they're back now, so ready to go, I guess. We'll see what happens. Next week is the patch, so I assume they'll be down again. Ricardo, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Next week is the patch, so I assume they'll be down again. But hopefully we'll have something ready to go. Oh, did that? Oh, cool. We're getting close to being done with the leveling of the followers. We now only have 3 left that need to get to 60. And that should be done this week, I would imagine. What are the fixes we were getting this week? I don't remember. Let's take a look. Sanguine, Storming, Tyrannical. So, one of the easier weeks. Certainly one of the easier weeks. We'll probably add an extra one as Blood DK this week, especially since we're not going to get a lot done today. I don't know. It's noon. I thought we wouldn't get a lot done, but it's not that late. I thought we wouldn't start till 1 and then there wouldn't be keys for a while, but apparently servers have been up for a while as well. Okay, let's see, gold. Definitely want that. Wait, did we fail the... Oh no, it's still just going on. Ah, that's it. I need to make a shade scale again. We can do that before we forget. Then we'll pick up the quests. The major thing I'm having issues with this chair is that it's like the armrests are so far away from the fucking chair. I don't know why the fuck they're like this. It's so annoying. If I could just move the chair I had was like very customizable, but it was awful. Besides that, if I can just move the armrest closer to the chair, this chair would be like 10 out of 10, but struggling with this a lot. It's very comfortable, or it's very difficult to get comfortable when I have to like put my arms forward. Alright. What's that? Shade scale. Okay. I have an IKEA chair. They are not adjustable. Most are, correct. They're adjustable up and down, but not back and forward like was the case on my previous chair. But other than that, the seat, oh my god, it's so much more comfortable than the old one. If I can just take this seat and put it on the old chair, I would. And the problem with the old armrests is like they were really shitty quality. Like you guys never saw this, but I should take a picture of it, honestly. They're like all like rippled from my arm putting pressure on them. It like pushed the material like a fucking ball mark in golf. Like very bizarre. Why do we only have 91k HP? Oh well, that's not gonna help. Okay, we gotta change all of our shit around too, because this is what we were using during soloing. Gems. So we're fine with the gems now. We just need to remember to change them back for raid. I think we're good, actually. We need to change our talents. Oh, no. Wait, yes. Grip of the Dead. Anyway, we got office chairs from a business.
Metro, what do you think is the best healer for Mythic Plus? Blood Death Knight.
Thanks a lot, Andrew, for renewing. Afternoon, Metro and chat. What's up, buddy? How's it going? We got office chairs from a business from Craigslist, but from your previous conversation about chairs, I don't think that's what you want. Yeah, I got a chair that's like a good mix of both. It's maybe I should make a video on it, honestly. I was thinking about it because I made a video on the first chairs that I used, and one of them got like 100k views, so might not be a bad idea. Is Jathus 246 more than a Mythic Plus weapon? I think it does more damage. I don't know for sure, to be honest. I've been trying out the trinket from Guardian, and the damage plus healing it provides is quite solid. I like it over the Tazavesh one. Gotcha. Yeah, the Tazavesh one is just better for me, so... is that... What class are you playing? I've heard it's like a Blood DK specific thing, but... Fallborg, Grip of the Dead, Blood... No, Voracious. That's good. And what about this stuff? Keys? Correct. Okay. That's it. Let's see. A fully upgraded Heroic Jathus is better than any Mythic weapon, except Mythic Jathus. Gotcha. Better in what way? I guess offensively, right? Because obviously it's not better defensively. I'm just using it because it seems to do some pretty good offense. Spare meat hook. I think it's not worth having. Anyway, I think we'll just take the stuff. I actually want these. Yeah, in terms of offense, gotcha. Yeah, the problem with... Oh. I'm not allowed to have 6. Okay, well, we'll spend them. The problem with Jathus is it has no secondary stats on it, basically, so... What do you do with them?
Tell me what you need, my friend.
I was thinking about not buying research, so that's why I never did it in the first place, but I think I will, because I still need unholy conduits, and I'm pretty sure that if I go into next season without all the unholy conduits, it's going to be not ideal. So we'll just go ahead and do that. I don't know how much you actually get, but hopefully not so much that I'm wasting it. Oh, 500 per. So I got 2,000 there. How much is a conduit? I'm not actually sure. I have all the frost and the blood ones, but I still need like 3 unholy ones, I think, right? What was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, only 3 unholy ones. So how much do conduits cost? Okay, anyway, let's see what we got out there. Not a single key. What a surprise. I don't even want sanguine depths. Like, I don't even... I guess I could try to solo it. Tyrannical Sanguine. We have 21. We need 22s. Tyrannical. 22 the other side. 22 Mist Tyrannical and 22 Necrotic Wake Tyrannical. Those are all 22s we still need. I got 21 Necrotic Wake. Well, if you want to do it, let me know. I'm still hoping I get a Jathus in the vault, so yeah. Now you probably have a much higher chance to get it in from the boss, right? Gonna shoot for the top 1% title? Nah, I don't really care. I'm more interested in trying to get the banner thing from the PTR or whatever that is. From the tournament realm for the Great Push. I'm very interested in that. I brought it up to sign and some others, and I don't know, they didn't seem particularly interested, but I wouldn't mind getting it. Like, I just don't know how it works. That looks fucking awesome. I'd love to have that kind of stuff. Collectibles I love, so yeah, if I can get a collectible from WoW. from Mythic Plus, I'll do it. Alright, let's play out. Titles, though, I don't really care about. Titles and mounts don't really interest me. Seems like you just need 4 buddies to go YOLO it? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know what key level it starts at, you know? It seems like it might start at a level that would be, like, way too high for us, for me. But it looks like if we did it with people I know, I'd have to heal, so... I just don't know how much of a time commitment it is. Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I'm hoping that there'll be more info coming out. I need to talk to fucking Faxi, because I'm pretty sure he did it, didn't he? I just need to find somebody who did it last time there was one. And then they can tell me how, what level the key started at. Because if the key starts at like 20 or something, then yeah, obviously we can upgrade 20, right? But if it starts at like 23 or 4, then yeah. Even 22, it's like, probably not. Stromy, what's up, buddy? How's it going, man? But if it starts at something that's like, oh no, we can do this for sure, then I'm probably going to try to do it, even if I have to pug. Apparently there are people like pugging it. People are already asking, there's like a Discord, and people are already like looking for teams. Let's see. Just handed in my 2 weeks notice. I'm so confused. I thought you just got the job. Or you quit your old job or something, I guess? I don't even know. People are talking about it being 25 on this. I don't know where that came from. Somebody says, heads up, there is no 25 level keystone available on the tournament realm. Why would they need that? I got a job Friday, but I handed in my 2 weeks and I didn't even show up today. Your old job, right? I don't know. You don't even have to beat anyone for the banner, I don't think. Nope, you just have to upgrade the key. Yeah, upgrade both keys, apparently. But I don't actually know. The old job, gotcha. The thing about the tournament realm, too, is you can pick whatever gear you want. So I mean, I guess if I have to heal, I don't even know what I would pick. Probably just full versatility gear. But yeah, you can basically buy anything you want. It's funny though, because part of the rules is like you can buy anything you want, but if you use something that's not on the vendor, you're gonna get banned. You're gonna get disqualified. So meaning you're not allowed to actually go do content for the gear, which is interesting. It was really rainy today. Oh yeah, it's fucking awful today, man. Today is like, that's why I was so late. I was literally laying in bed. I woke up and it was so dark out. I thought it was like 6 a.m. or something like that, but it was... Nope, I have to have the lights on. If I have the light... Here, watch. Watch how dark it is in this room if I have the lights off. Look at that. It's actually not as bad as it was before. I'll do this though. It's like fucking nighttime. Wait, are you doing some sort of tourney? We're just talking about the tournament realm, yeah, for the potential banner. Alright, let's see what we got here. I haven't updated my add-on in a couple weeks. That's probably what's going on. It's not showing up for me. Well, next week's the patch. I don't know if there's anything I should do this week to prepare for it. I guess what I should have done was finish the campaigns try to get to 80 renown on my paladin, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm not even close. I haven't done the campaigns or anything. Guess we'll just see what happens next week. Okay, surely everybody's here. What? Movie summoning sign. Okay, so what is it actually this week? Storming Sanguine, right? Yeah, Sanguine Storming, so much better week than last week, obviously. But all you need is 80 renown pretty much. Yeah, you need 80 renown for each covenant, right? Yeah, I guess there's no point in trying to grind it now anyway, because the next week's like it's gonna be, you're gonna be able to get 80 just from doing like Torghast and shit. You don't have to actually, like right now to get 80 you have to do every campaign mission. It stops at like a certain level, right? But next week you can just grind from anywhere. So I guess I'll probably do Torghast a bunch. Okay, I don't have anything up.
4, 3, 2.
Don't have the recording situation ready. Here we go. Go. God, it feels like it's been months since I've done keys.
Yet another of the Kyrian's loyal servants.
No reason we can't pull all of this, right?
Come here to be slaughtered as well. This temple was merely the first to fall. Soon, all of Bastion will burn.
Oh. Forgot about that affix. Mobs are just standing there healing. It's because a lot of the mobs didn't drop Sanguine and it lulled me into a false sense of security. So are they like changing binding shot in the patch? I don't know. Theo, good morning. How are we? What's it? How are we? What's up? Okay, we got Lieutenant.
A great evil lurks nearby. Expel it with haste.
I feel like I could probably throw D&D down and it'd work, but then the mobs might run through D&D. I don't think, can you cancel D&D anymore? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think you can cancel D&D anymore. You used to be able to drop it, like Consecrate. You used to be able to remove Consecrate. I don't know if you still can. You probably still can, but... Hello, other than Blizzcon, what tank do you like most for Mythic Plus? Not really sure I have a second at this point. I don't really. Blizzcon is just so fun. I think I'd probably just play a second Blizzcon over, what's this? What's this about? I'd probably just, what's going on? I just play a second Blizzcon over, any other tank right now, to be honest. Why was that mob just standing there? Where'd that even come from? swear this is the hardest pack in the dungeon. I don't know. You wouldn't think it is, but something about these. They must just hit hard, I guess. Yeah, you're gonna need to come up here and do this, buddy. This happens so fucking often. Somebody doesn't pick up one of the gems or one of the orbs. So somebody just didn't pick it up. Let me guess, it's the hunter again? Nope. It's the healer. The guy who created them didn't pick them up. Do we use the spear? Did anybody even pick it up? Doing the soloing strategy here where we just keep them over in that corner the whole time. That's not right. Okay, well that's fine. First boss dead, no problem. I don't know why we didn't use the spear.
Stitch flesh will be irked to know you destroyed his prize creation. I am sure he would gladly take your limbs as repayment.
I ran over two, except the one that expired, I guess. Everybody had one for like 15 seconds, and that guy didn't even try to get that one. Okay, move out, please. We have no other people who could interrupt with that? We have a hunter, a priest. I guess Shadow doesn't actually have that spell ramp. And the hunter's BM, so he doesn't have it either. So yeah, we have no knockback. I'm the only person in the group who could move mobs out of Sanguine. Priest should be able to mind control them, right? Mind control. What, and then move them? That's interesting. I never even thought about that. Interesting solution. So Yama's just died there to Sanguine. Or to Storming. Low health, got knocked up out of the death strike range. Need to get the orb. Then go back for the other orb. Oh, just kidding, it doesn't last long enough. That doesn't last very long at all, I guess. Never realized that. No, that's cool. Stunned the mob in Sanguine, but it died anyway. Afternoon, Mr. Brewston. What's up? Welcome. Storming is actually a big pain.
Face me, necromancer. Thanatos will be avenged.
Are you so eager to share your underling's fate? Your vaunted courage will be your doom. Your temple lies in ruin. Your brethren are butchered. You have already lost.
Gotta get the lieutenant, but the skeletal monstrosity's in the way.
Dark magic coalesces here. Remove it at the source.
Sanguine doesn't actually impact the lieutenant, but I don't want to stand in it myself, obviously. Hey Metro, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm looking to level 4th alt tank. Which one is more fun in your opinion? I basically only played Blood DK, so I can't really offer any other opinions at this point. Blood DK is the answer. I like you more with short hair. Sorry to hear that. I have long hair. I'm good, bud. Just been working on my class hall, upping my renown. Gotcha. What'd you get from the vault? Anything good? You got boots. Hello, Metro. What do you think about the upcoming AoE uncap? Tanks have a harder time holding aggro? I don't know. I don't think so. I think the AoE thing is way overblown, honestly. Like, look at that pack is the only pack in the whole dungeon that we did that was even remotely dangerous and would have been a bit like a big factor for the AoE cap, and it died in like 20 seconds. There's just no time. You know, there's just no time in the dungeon where the AoE cap actually matters, in my experience. Nobody actually like benefits from pulling more than 5 mobs that frequently. The trash is just usually too like cumbersome or difficult to deal with. There's too many mechanics in the dungeon for it to be beneficial. So I don't like threat isn't. It's not really going to be a factor. Usually don't have like you never really have a threat issue with like 10 mobs anyway. You usually have a threat issue on like 1 or 2 mobs in a pack of 10. So that's not likely to change. Poor sign. Outlaw gets no love in regard to AoE cap. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about Rogue, but they're in a great place. Still one of the best picks right now. Demon Hunter is the main one, right? They're getting a lot of power back.
Goes the enemy. Claim your power, Maw-walkers.
Yeah, that's not really what you want to do. But sure. And how about the DPS meta? Some classes benefit a lot. Again, it doesn't matter because the content doesn't matter. Like it doesn't, the content doesn't allow you to benefit that greatly from this. There's not going to be enough packs that it matters on. And honestly, the classes that are already strong are the ones that are going to, you know what I mean? Like, which classes are benefiting from it the most? What would you say? I would say Demon Hunter. I guess maybe Rep Pally might be on the rise, but I just doubt. I really don't like see enough value from this whole regularly fighting over 5 mobs thing. It just doesn't happen. The AoE cap will probably only matter to MDI groups, so that means they will nerf classes because one guy in one spec group can do insane damage. I wouldn't say they'll do that, but yeah. I definitely agree it will only really matter. Hey Jambo, what's up? Did that make sense to you, what I was trying to explain to you about the RAM situation? Like something's wrong there, right? You didn't answer that, so. Those numbers on the screen don't add up to 58% of 12, so I don't know what's going on there. Either you missed a lot of things you didn't show in the picture, or yeah, you have something seriously wrong with the computer. Something wrong with the software. It might be the operating system, since you mentioned Windows 11 or whatever. I don't know. So with that upgrade from the vault, I got to 160. I'm getting there slowly but surely. 160, okay. Well, good luck. I would head out to Korthia. Sub Rogue probably the most, since their thing is funnel damage and their funnel is becoming uncapped. So they're, yeah, and they're already like looked at as like a top tier pick, right? Sub Rogue will rule in 195. Gotcha.
To strike at the next temple.
Well,
Just a moment longer. It seems that the heart's
we already see a lot of rogues, so it's fine, I guess. You can't even see the puddles.
Beware. You approach a powerful servant of the jailer. Beware.
It made sense, and I don't know how to answer it since I don't know anything about computers. Yeah, that's a bit alarming, don't you think? Like, you know so little about computers that you don't even know what RAM is? I think, unfortunately, the only solution you're going to have to this is buy a new computer, because that's a very low amount of knowledge. Good luck and fun. Good luck and fun in your keys this week. How's it going? Do you think there will be another wave of balancing before 9.2? No, I mean, there's not going to be. They're not just going to suddenly start hotfixing classes after the patch comes out. Whatever's going live with the patch is what's going live, and then there won't be any more class changes until 9.2. I know how to turn it on and play games. Well, unfortunately, then you're probably going to need a new computer. I would definitely recommend, yeah, studying up on this stuff. It's not particularly difficult to understand, like, the basics of computer.
Beware.
And it's probably something you're going to be spending a lot of time in the rest of your life in. Okay, that was, again, really unfortunate. This fucking affix is actually way harder than it looks. Why is Stein still carrying all the other DPS on his back? And, well, they all died, so that doesn't help. Bad overlap in the beginning there with Soul Crush? No, you can just stun the Soul Crush, but nobody knows how to play their character besides very few people, unfortunately, so. So Stein mentioned something about forcing my, yeah, I died to the affix sign, in case you didn't see that. Forcing my laptop to use my NVIDIA graphics card, and I just did that, so I'm going to play it today and see how it goes. Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with your graphics card. That's the problem with, like, tech issues, is, like, everybody starts, like, throwing out random things, but it's that sounds to me like you have a problem with your RAM, and it's not, like, a problem with the RAM itself, it's just capping out. If you had to play another tank, nothing. I won't play anything but Blood DK right now. Arthur, what's up? How's it going, man? Okay, we good? I got pulled in by Sogadon when I was low health, and the thing knocked me up in the air, so I was nowhere near any mobs, so I couldn't dust strike. That was very unfortunate. Everybody else died to not paying attention to the mechanics that were happening, though. Doing good. How about you? Alright, yeah. As good as can be. Why do you like Blood DK so much? I don't know. It's just fun. Just the most fun. There's nothing that even rivals it. I was meaning to ask that about how's the issue going, and yeah, it's sounding like more and more it's software related than hardware related. This week seems quite smooth. Oh yeah. It's definitely one of the better weeks, of course. I'm not convinced. I still think, like, Tyrannical has fallen back to the pack. Tyrannical Raging Storming. No, Sanguine Storming.
Beware.
Come, my assistant. These raw materials are in need of processing.
Oh yeah. Doesn't sound too awful if you pay attention. It's certainly better than the previous weeks, yeah. Last 2 weeks were shit, but this one is a lot better. Probably play more DK this week.
Try not to damage those limbs whilst you tear them off.
If it's not necrotic, it's already 10x better. Yeah, exactly. Too bad we don't have a warrior, otherwise we'd have a third spear. Bastion. Wait, are they... Oh, bloody javelin. I thought it would also be called Spear of Bastion. What's going on with your PC? That's another issue that he's having like trouble describing it, I think, because like he keeps saying he's like FPS drops, but that's... I highly doubt that's what's actually happening. Any more solo challenges planned? I'll probably do one stream of solo this week and only 3 of Mythic Plus. Yeah, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. Also, the fucking MDIs this weekend again, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I think we'll wait to see if the weather's nice. We're running out of time for golf, so if the weather's nice, I might just not stream Friday. But I don't know if it's gonna be or not. I'd make sure vertical sync is on. No, he's talking about his computer, not his sync, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Jesus. He's not having a leaky faucet or something like that. Anyway, you'd want the sink to be horizontal, wouldn't you? Vertical, then all the water would fall into the floor. Just not smart. It's just not good advice. That course you were at was gorgeous. Yeah, it's not really that nice, but it's like a nice layout. I really like the layout. Some nice fall vibes one way or the other. Wait, do you mean the one that I posted to Ace Games TV, or do you mean the pictures I posted yesterday in Discord? Any more solo? Okay, read that. It's a nice crisp 30 degrees Fahrenheit in the morning here. Yeah, that's pretty cold. I don't think it's gonna be that cold here for a while, but. Just take the laptop and clean it in the sink. I say what I see happening, which is stuttering FPS. It'll go up 140, then drop to 70, then ping pong back and forth. Gotcha. Yeah, Pine Hills. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. The course is not really... I wouldn't really say it's known for its... I wouldn't really say it's known for its beauty, but it's definitely a nice... It's just like a really unique layout where... the course is in the middle of the city, basically. Turn vertical sync on, you can cap your frame rate to whatever stays stable. Anyway, your best bet at this point is probably just go and make a thread on the forums. Oh wait, you can't, you're banned. That's unfortunate. Forgot about that. Somehow get a thread up on the tech forums.
Beware. Can escape the storm.
I got unbanned, remember? Oh, did you? I forgot. Well, that would be, the tech forums are actually, like, legit as fuck. There's a lot of great... Although I don't know what it's like right now, but, when I was active, it was, like, really, really smart people on there. There might be, like, an issue with WoW, too, you know, like, something that people could help you with. After today's session, I'll check out the tech forums. Yeah, just... Well, yeah, they'll probably be able to help you more than anybody, but... I would definitely take a look at what's going on with RAM, because like I said, that's insanely suspect, like something's seriously up there. I've been banned from the forums too. I think it's pretty common. Yeah, if you type something that they don't want you to type, you'll get banned. This fight is such a long encounter though. Especially when you solo it. That guy's wearing a warlock gear set as a priest, I just noticed. He's got that awesome ass, those wings are so cool. Okay, that's it for that.
None of the weapons in Zoval's arsenal can best you. Fraction of our forces.
Okay, so now actually running WoW in game, my memory's up to 80. Yeah, so there you go. So that's what I'm saying. So that's got to be why you're having those issues. I can send a screenshot. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, well, if you want to, you can. But let me show you what. Let me show you what mine looks like. Okay, here you go. Hopefully you'll be able to see. So yeah, WoW's running at 5 gig of RAM on its own. Chrome's doing 1.3, and I'm recording and streaming at the same time, and I'm not even at 50% memory. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not where you want to be. But also check here. So like I'm streaming and recording at the same time, and GPU's only at 33% usage. CPU's only at 11% usage. I would make sure that these things aren't high either. But yeah. Sounds like defective or not enough RAM. Well, so this is the funny part, okay? Here, I'm gonna show you this picture from the Discord because it's confusing as fuck. So here, I'm gonna show you these pictures that he posted. So he posted this picture here of his box that he bought, the laptop, okay? And then he posted this picture, although it's very small. I assume there's a lot more on it, but so it says here, 12 gigabyte. I don't know what SODIMM DDR RAM is, but it's on the box one way or the other, so I assume it's important. That's 12 gigabyte RAM though, and here's the picture from his performance. Okay, so he has 5. It says apps 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I think that means everything that's on there is showing, right? I guess there's background processes as well. But anyway, it's look at these numbers. SODIMM is the description. Gotcha. So look at these numbers. 175, 23, 28, and 1.5 thousand. That does not equal 12. 58% of 12. Like what? That's not even close to 58% of 12. So something, you're missing something. Something's wrong there. Like for me, 49%, this is probably 49%. There's no background processes that are high. I guess there's a few that are higher than you'd expect. OBS, well that's just the program, of course. So yeah, I would have another look at this, 'cause something's missing.
I will tolerate these
But again, even if WoW is running 5 gig and you have 12, that's not even close to, it's still under half, right? Anyway, could be add-ons eating memory. Well, the game itself is, it doesn't matter. Like, don't worry about add-ons. Just look at the game. Check if it's an add-on that does it. Don't worry about, guys. No, don't confuse them, please. This is why this isn't gonna solve, because people keep confusing them with more and more shit that doesn't make any sense. Don't worry about add-ons. All he needs to know is how much the game is using right now. Don't worry about why it's high. It's not high. Just worry about what else is high. GPU is 21 and CPU is 30, so you're good on the main components then. A free week, I guess I'll log in again. But certainly better than the last 2 weeks. It can also be firewall programs. Yeah, regardless, find out why 58% of your RAM is being used when you only used like under 2 gig on that screenshot. That's what you need to focus on. Figure out what else is using all that RAM. Wouldn't expect much, to be honest. It's a laptop. I agree, but regardless, the components are like this is like a mathematical equation. This isn't an opinion, you know what I mean? Just figure out what it is. Oh, there you go. Alienware service executable. Is that 1,000? Oh no, it's 100. Okay, so let's just do the math here. I'm just saying add-ons because it's a common issue. But so, here, let's just focus on this, okay? So this is the picture. So this doesn't care about what add-ons are running. This is the overall number regardless, right? So this is all you need to know. So let's do this math here. This is going to be a lot of work, but 58.2.3 plus 12 plus 3 plus 28.5 plus 4,381. That equals 5,000 only. That's not half. That's not even close to half. Something's fucked, right? Like, I mean, come on. How don't we realize this? That's not even close to half. And it says 87% of memory usage. His RAM is 6 gig? It says 12 on the box, right? Yeah, that would probably be 87% of 6, actually, yeah. So you have something wrong with your RAM. 2 of the sticks of RAM aren't working, or whatever, like half the RAM isn't working. Looks like one of the memory sticks of 6 gig is faulty. Yeah, that might be it. Maybe one of the RAMs is not properly placed. Yeah, if it's not in where do they play now? If it's not in Las Vegas, I don't know where they play. If it's not in Los Angeles, you need to make sure, dude. That was a terrible execution of that joke. Seems like 8 gig of available RAM or even 6 gig, and thus indicating one of likely 2 sticks is broken. Yeah, something's fucked up with the RAM, one way or the other. But that's gotta be it. Like 87%. If that's only an Ouroboros or whatever you said, what'd you say, Korthia? That's gotta be it. Is there a way to go into your system information to see which graphics card is being utilized? Yes, there is, but I mean, you could just look in WoW. You don't have to look at it. If you have 2 graphics cards, I think it's just graphics here. There's somewhere to do it here, I think. Oh, here we go. Graphics card. Yeah, there'd be 2 selected. I'm not talking about graphic RAM, though. Just talking about his actual RAM right now. Not talking about VRAM or whatever they call that. Maybe reseat the stick first. So the problem is he has a laptop, so I don't know if you can do any of this stuff, can you? Probably loose. Comment on laptops if they get bumped hard or dropped. Yeah, or smashed because you fall off the platform on a boss or something. Anyway, gotta remember a lot of RAM gets compressed as background. You can see that through the performance tab. Gotcha. He can check the second tab to see if his system shows 6 or 12. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh wait, that's probably a picture that's already been posted. Well, let's see. Actually, no, I don't think he posted that. Pony, don't forget, if you link your Discord to the YouTube account, you'll have a special rank in the Discord. Look at the second tab. It shows use total. You're not telling me to do that, right? Their graphics card shares main RAM and laptops, but regardless, it's still 87% of the total, right? It's kind of hard reseating the RAM on a laptop. Don't confuse Jambo, but that's what he needs to do if it's broke, right? So, like I said, I think the only solution here is just buy a new PC, unfortunately, or try to get them to fix it or something. If we can be sure that there's something wrong with the RAM. It does say the antivirus was using I thought so too, but I think that number is 184. I just couldn't really see it. Yeah, it says 11 gig. 11.8 gigabytes. So, I don't know what's going on there. It's there. It's on the screen. That's 114.3 though. Which is, I guess, high, but I mean, anti-malware servers executable. So that's what I'm saying. Like, these numbers don't equal 87%. Something's wrong, right? Like, I mean, what's going on here? What is, okay, first of all, 11.8 times 87 times 0.87. 10.2. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's not, does that actually show on the, they need to add a summary. Because it's like, this is wrong. Does it have a summary? Can I, like, export this somehow? No. Oh, percents. All of this shit 0.1. I guess it adds up, right? But I doubt it. I don't think it adds up that much. There's got to be a way to add them all up quickly. But I can't be us doing it on my PC at least. Okay, well, anyway. If he clicks the memory tab in the performance, shows the details on how many slots are being used. Anyway, we gotta add that to the list. Forgot all about that. First key in a couple days. 10/26. 2021. That was Necrotic Wake 21. Just a single upgrade, right? It wasn't a double, right? Just a regular upgrade. Week 5, Tyrannical, Sanguine, Storming. And we had Resto Shaman, Rogue, Priest, Hunter. Okay. Back to business. The percent shows total being taken, performance tab, and press RAM. You can see how much of it is compressed. Compressed, what does that mean? What does that mean? In use, compressed. I don't know what that means. Oh, I see. That's the total. That is the total. I troubleshoot software before hardware, erase the laptop, and set it up again to make sure there's no software causing it. See, that's the problem, though. It's like we know what software is causing it. It's WoW. And then whatever else is adding all this up. So you just got to figure out what that is and stop it. Because it doesn't sound like it's something you want running. So it's like, if it's not something you can stop, then there's no option. Like, you either have to figure out what's going on with the hardware or just get a whole new PC. Or get somebody to fix it for you, I guess, more realistically. The other thing that could be happening has some viruses that are hidden from the list. Oh, yeah. That's interesting. So I turned off all my add-ons too, and it's still doing the thing. You mean like factory resetting the laptop? Can you just tell me what this says here? On this tab? I mean, you could do a full reinstall. Obviously, that's not going to hurt. It might not fix your issue, though. Like, I would just try to be practical here. Like, am I the only one who thinks that's weird? That should be in my last screenshot. Did you send another one? No, you click the CPU, so we can't see what the memory thing is. Click the memory one. Or I guess it's just by default on the CPU one, but click, I mean, you can take a picture of all of them if you want, but it's not a ton of info. Well, actually, I guess there's stuff at the bottom. Or just make it big or something. Yeah, what is this? Yeah, memory. I mean, I'm like 99% convinced this is the, especially if the CPU and GPU aren't actually like above 50%, then this is definitely a RAM issue. Because I had the same issue on my old PC, and it looks like it's an FPS issue, but it's not. The game is just struggling to get enough power, basically. That's like the big issue, is it doesn't have enough power. So, it's like you're out of power, and the RAM is the power, is the way to look at it. Jumbo, when's the last time you updated your drivers? I mean, that could be part of it too. So what is this? I don't... I don't know what this is. How is it possible? I just don't get this. But yeah, so the percentage is right at least. It just doesn't make sense. Like, these numbers don't add up, man. I don't... Am I crazy? Am I the only one who thinks this? Like, again, we didn't even get halfway to 12 with these main calculations. I mean, we could literally try to add every single fucking one. 12.9.8 583.2. We'll just say that because I'm fucking dyslexic. 0.3 plus 28.5 plus 4381 plus 114.3 plus 3.9 plus 0.07. That's not right. 0.7 plus 57.6 plus 13.7 plus 4.3 plus 0.6 plus 0.7 plus 1.5 plus 2.4 plus 0.06 plus 0.6. It's not. Keep putting 0.06 plus 2.7 plus 0.2 plus 1.6 plus 2.7 plus 0.9 plus 63.6 plus 16 plus 0.1 plus 0.8 plus 0.8. Not even fucking close. I mean, it's not even half, right? It's not even half. I don't understand that. There's a bug also related to Spires of Ascension where you can solve putting the lowest resolution changing to DirectX 12. Change your name to Jumbo. It's a Greek toy store. Drivers only graphics card? Yeah, graphics card mostly. I mean, there's drivers for other stuff too, but... In the command prompt, type system info. Find available physical memory. System info. Available physical memory. Is that in here? Oh, you typed that in. So this is... But this isn't any different than what we were just looking at, right? Yeah, mine's accurate at least. 17.7, and it says it on here. You don't need to do that. You can just look down here. Yeah, one way or the other, it seems like the RAM is working, right? Because it has the right number on the screen at least. So it reads like he has 12 gig of RAM. I don't know. This is a weird thing. Like, I'm surely other people agree with this, right? Like, these numbers don't add up anywhere near 87%. We didn't even see above 6 gig yet after adding up every single one of these. Now, granted, there's 121 processes, and we've only added up 20 some of them, but I mean, I don't think all of these together equal even 1 gig right now, so unless there's something on there that's really far down the list. What you want to look at is physical installed RAM on here. Installed physical memory, 32 gig. Reinstall Windows. Happened to me. After reinstall, I got 40% of RAM back. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess that's a fine place to start one way or the other. But I think that's all what's going on? We've established he has 12. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious, but I don't know. Sounds like a memory leak, yeah. Sounds like something, like I'm saying, like there's more info there. I'm telling you, you really want to find out why you have 5+ gig of RAM not being reported. You know what I mean? Like, what's happening there? It's got to be on the list maybe further down or something. The problem is it's not. It doesn't seem like programs. Been there. What? Wait, what are we doing? Oh, halls. Wait, we're doing halls. You can only have a true picture when you start up your PC and look right away. Oh yeah. A quick fix might be trying out Razer Cortex, an easy software that kills all other programs not needed. I appreciate everyone's input. I'm going to try this stuff later on today. For now, I'm just going to struggle through because I had the whole morning off and couldn't play. Gotcha. Yeah, either way. I would really, really recommend finding what that other 5 gig of RAM are being used by. Everything below the screenshot is low too. Well, then something's seriously wrong then, yeah. I mean, right? Like, I don't know that much about computers, but surely if the fucking thing that's telling you what everything is using is wrong, like you're 100% sure there's nothing on that list that equals 5 gig, another 5 gig, right? Like what's going on there? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, I guess we're doing halls. How are we doing mists?
Where do we strike? Strike true.
God, I just fucking love the Arden Wheel music, man. It's insane. God, it's raining a lot. Holy fuck, man. We're getting that nor'easter or whatever, right? Let's see. Ventuski. Oh, yeah. Look at this shit. What the fuck? What the actual fuck is going on here? That's it there, I guess, right? Very bad weather. I have the Razer Cortex Naga software. It is decent. Watching YouTube videos to optimize Windows 10 for performance is recommended. Sure. I'm sure there's a lot of different ways that, you know, whatever you guys think is wrong with the PC can be solved, but I just don't understand. How am I the only person who agrees that 5 gig of RAM missing on the fucking spreadsheet thing is not an issue? I mean, that seems like such a clear issue to me, but I don't know. I agree, it's definitely not right, but Razor might point out what. As an IT tech and network security guy, it's an issue, and we see sometimes it's really linked to just Windows most of the time. But how do you solve it? Halfway across the world and fixing IT stuff is complicated. Let's all find the needle. All right. Sure it is. Clean installations. Yeah, it's a good place to start if you have the time for it, but considering I don't think he's gonna. Not as easy as it sounds. I mean, unless you're willing to just forsake every single thing that's on your computer, then I guess it's pretty easy. Solve it by updates or SFC scan now. What is that? What does that do? SFC scan now. Sometimes factory reset and not install third-party programs, and you can see where the problem lies. Yeah, that's definitely gonna work. Windows has a good transfer tool now. Oh, does it? How does it work? I haven't done a fresh restart since Windows 10 came out, so. Like since I built this computer, basically. It could be power plan, it could be bloatware, audio drivers, etc. Bloatware? That sounds gross. You're gonna get inflammation. SFC checks your hard drive for Windows-sided files gone wrong. Oh, cool. Is that like something that everybody should do then occasionally? Never even heard of that. Oh, this guy's got the weirdest transmog. Say it's actually a really nice transmog for classic look, but then he's got that fucking extremely high res shield on. Scan now is a program run in command line to make Windows search for his own errors and missing DLLs, etc. It can solve some issues, but not all the time. I gotcha. That's interesting. I never even heard of that before. Absolutely a thing people should do, huh? Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll check it out. Okay. 20 halls we're starting with, I guess. Hopefully it goes well. This will be super easy. You can try Sysinternal Process Explorer. It's a better Windows Task Manager. Should show what's up. Gotcha. You could also try getting a brand new computer. I don't know how much money that PC was, but... Okay, anyway. Gonna go over here. Do these small guys give the effects? Do they drop sanguine, the small guys? I don't know. Alright, move them out. Well, that was quick. Is this a WoW stream or a tech forum? Both. It can also be crypto mining bot if he doesn't have good antivirus.
That explains why the task manager doesn't show it. Yeah, crypto mining. My great-grandfather was, he died in the mines. Shit dangerous, man. It was about 1,300 when I got it last summer, and that's a lot. Probably don't want to give up on a $1,300 piece of hardware before making sure. Laptops are a dime a dozen, though, in my opinion. I'd rather buy a new one before like paying somebody else to fix it. I guess if I use my laptop as my main device, I wouldn't feel that way. Okay, we'll just come back to that pack, I guess, because there's nothing we can do with it now. If it hasn't been like this the whole time you've had it, try a system restore points. In these kinds of starting pulls, uncapped AoE, yeah, this actually dungeon is going to be a lot better with the AoE changes, but it's really just the start, and it's really just, this is pretty much the only dungeon. Worth the shot IMO, you can revert it if you don't see changes within the system restore. Yeah, guess so. Oh, you can revert it? Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, not the easiest to fix, but if it's handled well, it's not bad.
For the master.
Would have been a good time for the first solar beam of the dungeon. 3 mobs all casting extremely important things that need to be kicked. Here it is. The best way to be sure if it's a program, which I doubt, but you can restart in safe mode. It started a week or two ago, I guess. Uh-oh. Never saw that before. That's funny. You could fall off and die there. So I told you this will fix this harder than you think. That's funny. Like right on the edge, and this fucking tornado just knocks me off. They barely knock you back at all, too. That's the first, yeah. Find creative ways to die in these keys.
A great evil lurks nearby. Expel it with haste.
Can you knock the mobs though? I don't know about that way. I've knocked them off the this way, the inside. Then they run all the way back around. We did that with Ring once. The Ring like knocked the mobs up in the air a bunch of times, and then they kind of like fell underneath the edge. And then they didn't aggro. I thought they would aggro all the other shit, but they didn't. They just walked right back up. System restore point is like a snapshot backup for your PC. I'd start there, and it's easy to do. Oh, in terms of falling off the edge, I guess you're right. I could restore to a time when I didn't get knocked off the platform by a tornado. Hey, Greg, welcome. I mean, I guess you're right. That would definitely be a good idea. No, don't restore points. Points of what? There's no issues with the newer update apart from Windows 11. Zap Han, just subscribe. Thanks for doing that, buddy. Does the restore point not work on your entire PC? I think that's what they were suggesting, that somehow there's something going wrong with the something that he doesn't recognize, so going back to a time when it definitely worked would be a good start. Exactly, Metro. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We didn't really pull this properly. We can still get the trash though. That is true, but the thing is, I'm willing to bet my career it's a program or registry error, not an update messing it about. Restoring it will only postpone the error again. Okay. Well, I don't know. Just switch to Blood DK. It's a much better tank. That's all I know.
Mars dark magic coalesces here. Remove it at the source.
What is the highest move speed spec in the game? I guess Havoc Demon Hunter, right? Isn't that their mastery? Their mastery increases their movement speed, doesn't it?
The creature is slain. Now,
Nobody else has anything even remotely similar to that. Everything else that's move speed related is just a CD. Or I guess cat form is also But they don't play mastery. It doesn't really matter what they do. They're saying there's no other class in the game that's going to increase your base movement speed.
beware.
Night Fate, Blood DK. I mean, everything else in the game is just a cooldown. So, talking about, I guess Windwalker Monk too. They have a passive. Windwalking. Movement speed by 10% for everybody. Somebody died there? I didn't realize. Yeah, if we're talking about with CDs, like, there's no easy way to answer that. There's too many variables. Feral have more passive movement speed, I think. You think? Don't they ever stack enough mastery to top rogues 150 base multi-strike? Well, movement speed is all relative. I know, that's why it was a pointless question in the first place, I guess. Okay, boss next. Cruising through this, 20 minutes here, wow. Really good. That's really good, I can't believe that. Yeah, warrior single target's really good, I agree. Actually, this is Fury at least, I guess. Fury just like objectively worse than arms at this point. I mean, I know they're getting a pretty big buff, right? Seems like that's not the spec that needed that massive buff. Although Frost Mage is also getting one. It's like, I don't know, man. Some weird stuff goes on in this game every once in a while. You have to trust that they have a bigger plan, a bigger picture, but it's like... Frost Mage definitely did not need any buffs. Maybe in single target, I don't know. Damn, Resto Shaman taking you to school? What school is that? WoW devs balancing? Yeah, I mean, it seems odd, right? But they're not just doing it randomly. Just I'm not sure why they would only buff like 2 spec like that. Might be more to come. We still have a full week before the patch comes, so that's another part of it. Who needs movement speed anyway when you can go DK and grip? Yeah, to be honest, like a functional, like a fight where you have knockbacks and mobs that can be gripped, it's actually probably better to just be a Death Knight. I expect a balancing pass either within next week or within the first week of 915. Yeah, there's not going to be any balancing for 915. Like it's done already, you know. This isn't a content patch, so there's nothing to balance around. Anything that they would be balancing around is already in the game. But I guess it does seem like there might be more coming one way or the other. A lot of times when people were upset about they don't do X, Blizzard has planned X already for a long time, just on a different timeline. Well, yeah. That's what I was trying to tell people, like, they're seeing a lot more info and stuff than we are, and they're operating at different wavelengths. At this point, I don't believe that the devs actually care about 915. Well, it's 915's over, so I don't know what you're talking about. What's there to care about? The development's already done on that. It's coming out next week. There's the loosened, removed AoE caps, which can shake up stuff. I guess so. I suppose so. I don't. Again, I really don't. I don't subscribe to that actually changing much about the game. Like, for what I'm talking about is raids. Like, there's some classes and raids that are really fucking bad right now. Or some specs, that is. I guess Fury Warrior is one of them. They could have done a bit more balancing. Why though? I mean, the game doesn't really need balancing right now. It's not in a state of imbalance. That's like not anything's remarkably imbalanced right now, in my opinion. Windwalker Monk maybe is the only thing that I would say that's like actually relatively remarkable. But I don't know. I just keep seeing shit Windwalkers too, so that doesn't help me. We don't all play only Blood Decay. What does that have to do with anything? The amount of people that have been playing the 1.5 patch is insane, so most adjustments, blue posts are going to be pretty much set in stone by now. Honestly, I think we have the most balanced. Yeah, I actually totally agree. Like, there's not really much that needs to be substantially balanced. Windwalker Monk, I would say. Yeah, I agree. I think Windwalker's really a clear outlier, and that's kind of it. Especially in keys, but like I said, in raids there's a lot more stuff. Those mobs need to be dead before you can hit them with that. So. People don't believe me when I tell them how OP Feral Druid. Oh yeah, it's very good. It's hard to believe though, because balance is just as good, but... God, I mean, I keep fucking missing my target swap. We really gotta stop doing this. This is making this fight so fucking difficult. I mean, statistically, Feral is pretty bad. Statistically. All that really matters is logs, right? Nobody's worried about what statistics are we referring to. If you look at the math, Feral is the facts. Feral is actually very good right now. And 5-mans are awful because Bombkin is just always going to be better, but in raid they are very, very good. I don't even know what's going on here. I don't know why they just keep standing, like, spreading out like that. That the class does not make the player OP, but the player makes one class perform like it should. Whoop. I always put my fucking AMZ down too early. It's crazy. Kind of embarrassing.
To the victor goes the anima. Claim your power, Maw Walkers.
Yo, Metro, I see on Wowhead that this week is marked as Arena and Legion time walking. This week? What? Patch isn't even out yet. I don't know what you're talking about. With the low numbers of parses they have, the confidence interval on Feral overall DPS is actually too big to infer anything. Really? Anyway. Okay, if you think that's fine. Doesn't mean they need a buff. I don't know anything about confidence intervals, but if the parses are high, I think that means they're good, in my opinion, so. Blizzard seems to agree since they're not buffing them. Plus, they're really good in PvP, aren't they? They're always really good in PvP. Them and Survival Hunter. It's like, the fact that those two specs are that good in PvP probably means they're always going to suck in PvE, because it's like, they just can't buff them. Blanket, like, buffs them. It just doesn't, it's just going to make them ridiculous, like, actually, probably, like, solo PvP.
Beware. You approach a powerful servant of the jailer.
Parses and Warcraft logs showing the mean, which is very much not robust. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing a small buff for them. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll have a look at this after, because I don't believe any of this. Last I looked, they were like, yeah, the top spec, pretty much. Top single target spec, so I don't know what you're on about, but doesn't really make any sense to me, because if the spec is the top on Warcraft logs, I don't think that spec is ever going to get buffed, regardless of, even if it's not whatever fucking all this nonsense statistic shit you're trying to throw out here. Even if that's not right, like even if you're right about that, it doesn't matter. Like you can't buff the top spec on Warcraft logs, right? That would just make them look really even stupider than you're trying to make them sound. I kind of think that goes to the opposites. They might have less people playing Feral, but all of them are average really good. I assume that's what he's saying, yeah. Assuming that he's saying that only great players are playing Feral or something. I don't really know what any of that means, but I don't really think that matters, honestly. There's specs that do need balancing, and Feral is not one of them. Feral needs design changes, not balancing. They need to actually have real utility to compare with Bombkin, even in raids. Survival Hunter feels really good in PvE too. It's just outclassed by other specs. Yeah, and the other specs are Marksman and BM. That's the issue. No, I mean the DPS strictly. Ferals are really strong. I agree, yeah. But he seems to not agree, so that's what I'm trying to figure out how he can not agree. Doesn't really compute in my head. But then again, I told you the story about my statistics class. The Z Squirrel.
You must face your punishment. Their pain shall enlighten
Where's that jar at? Over there. I think it spawned late.
needs me.
Usually a very good room for balanced druid. Will Metro, you do have a tendency to look at the facts more than opinion and be quite successful at that? Oh yeah. Let's take a look at it one way or the other. It may be player perception too. I wouldn't mind inviting them, but every druid I see is balanced. We're talking about keys. Feral sucks, 100%. But that was kind of my point the whole time. Like, you can't balance the game around one place. Feral's very, very good in raids, and probably still very good in PvP. So that means they're going to be shit in Mythic Plus. Can't be good in all three. Can't be the best in all three areas. I mean, sometimes you can be, but for the most part, you shouldn't expect that. You shouldn't want that either. I really want to play Blood DK, Living on the Corner, but I kind of got put off after Tyrannical Mists. I was struggling to get my health back on the last boss. Well, if you're dying to bosses as a Blood DK, that's something you're doing wrong as like an individual playing the class. Bosses are the easiest thing to survive. Like 5-man bosses, they should be 0 challenge to you. Trash is the hard part because you're getting so many damage instances that you're struggling to keep up bone shields. That's what makes Blood DK hard to play. Your rune management needs to be very accurate at times. But on a boss, when you only have one target, it should be like never gonna get more straightforward than that. Especially a 5-man boss. I mean, we're talking about a raid boss. Sometimes you have to do a lot of different stuff. But 5-man bosses, there's usually not any mechanics that the tank has to worry about anyway. Oh, we can't actually change my key. You have to do a 21 or higher to be able to change the key, right? I should probably lower my key to 20 then, just to make sure I can change it. I'm not gonna do my key anyway. So. If we can get a Halls 15, I would really like to try to solo that this weekend. I don't think I want to try Sanguine, but I should do Sanguine at some point and see what happens. I'm interested in why people think it's good in raid, because it is. It's, again, not an opinion. It's parsing at like the top. It's in the top 5, 100%, unless something drastically has changed since the last time. It's been a while since I've looked, to be honest. Not meant as offense, but practice more and trust when I say it is worth mastering. Yeah, it's very, I agree, totally very rewarding class. It's like you can literally solo the shit on your own if you play really well, which I've been practicing doing. Fucking AMS though. I'll tell you, AMS has got to be one of the strongest spells in the whole game. It's actually funny because I didn't realize how good it was until I started soloing Tazabesh. It like actually breaks like half the fucking encounters in there. Very strange. This monk flip is just standing right behind me even though I'm soaking too. Blood DK is like holy pally, very rewarding indeed. Yeah, I guess so. I never really not sure I would say that about Holy Pally, but
I am losing my patience. I am losing my patience.
World first is a lot more than just players than just DPS. I didn't even read that. Didn't even read that comment.
I am losing my patience.
Hey, Lod, what's up, buddy? How are keys today? Great, I guess. I don't know. We haven't really done a lot of keys because we spent like 30 minutes helping Jambo with some tech issues there. This is only our second key, but it looks like it's an easy upgrade. Unless some calamity befalls us.
A victory well earned. You have proven that none of the weapons in Zoval's arsenal.
Okay, that's that one done. Add that to the list quick, and then we're going to take a look at the logs. That was Halls 20 upgrade. Yeah, we can't change our key, right? It has to be.
I live to serve.
Yeah. I need to lower my key. Or I guess we can just do 21s and not have that issue. Shaman healer. Monk, druid, warrior. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I don't think I have much issues on trash. The boss was doing 20 to 30% of my health every hit. What level was this? That's not possible. I don't believe that, unfortunately. Warcraft logs. Okay, so this is what I've always used to see. It's the only single target fight. Yep. So even on Mythic, they're top. Now you're saying they don't have a lot of parses, which I mean, I guess you're right. 296 parses. Bombkin has 3,800, so yeah, that's definitely a huge disparity. But 296 parses, I mean, that's not zero. There's specs what works. That's Survival, Fury Warrior. Actually, not many. Just those two. But I always look at Heroic because Heroic's like got the biggest player pool. So yeah, Heroic. 2.6k or 2.4k parses for Feral Druid. It's top 3. We could also look at max DPS. Where are they at? Yeah, top 3 for max DPS as well. And what about Mythic? Max DPS, and they're a little lower on that. But yeah, definitely way above average spec right now. The problem is just balance is just better. There's more reasons to play balance. What are we doing? Oh, the other side, 21. Was on a 17 miss. Yeah, well, either way. Something wrong. You shouldn't be getting hit that hard on any tyrannical key. If you're worried about it, then just don't skip Sogadon. You can look at the visual on top. Metro, it shows confidence interval. I don't care about any of that, dude. I like literally don't even know what that means, so I just don't care. All I care about is what the actual numbers say. Okay, what are we doing?
I am quite busy, you know.
Greetings.
It has a lot to do with composition and utility they bring as well to the raid. Enhancement isn't exactly the strongest class, but Wind Fury is impossible to pass up by for a world first. Really? Did people actually use Enhance? I don't remember.
Must go on.
Alright, the other side. Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Sin Rogue, yeah. Rogue's definitely top. Echo used enhancement for their 4 arms warriors. Gotcha. They came in second, did they? Oh wait, Echo is the... Yeah, that's the European guild. That's they won this year, right? Limit didn't, I think, right? Limit didn't have enhance. Enhance sounds good, but... That's funny. They actually have a middle finger emote. That's funny. Didn't know that. All right. Complexity did the same, if I remember. Did they? I don't know. I have about 25% verse, 245 eye level on my blood DK, and I get hit like a truck in Heroic Guardian fight compared to other tanks with same gear as mine. What should I do? Okay, so like what we're talking about here, getting hit like a truck is not abnormal, right? Like that's how it's supposed to be. Like that's how blood DK works. So we're talking about a heroic raid boss. What you should do, use Death Strike. Like that's fine. There's no other damage on the fight, right? Than the melees from the boss, so that's how the fight works. Just yeah, just use Death Strike. My biggest advice for people, though, who are struggling to learn Blood DK is stop sitting on your CDs. Always be using your CDs as often as possible, because what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to have moments where you aren't in any danger at all. Even if it's not the moment you need, using your CDs too much is better than using them infrequently, because you won't be in panic situations as often, and overall you'll have a better like clarity of what is dangerous and isn't, you know? I don't know if that's just me. Like, I feel like I've always done that well. I feel like I do that very well. I'm constantly rotating through all the different CDs, and I'm like waiting for them to come up. So today is awful to find keys for my alt Frost Mage. I understand why. Do you? What is it? Specifically Vamp Blood? Yeah, obviously Vamp Blood because of Red Thirst. That's a big one, but you know, if we're talking about in keys, obviously if you're using Crimson Rune, then that's going to be another one that you really, yeah, missing major CDs is huge. But even if you have no CDR at all, like even if you have, you know, 2-minute CD, everything's normal, no reduction or return on CDs, still use them as often as possible, because when you have Vamp Blood up or Lichborn or even like Icebound, things like this, you're taking very little damage. So it means that you can kind of just chill, you know, like your mind can relax for a few seconds, and then you could focus on what's about to happen or something like that. It's better to have used and fail than to be greedy and always fail. Yeah, you're right. But DK's CDs come back so quickly, there's like no need to think about it. Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. I think a lot of people who play like a tank like Warrior or Paladin or something, like a more traditional tank that relies on a lot of passive mitigation, they're used to like saving their CDs, because their passive mitigation is typically more than they need. Like, you know, when you block like 70% of the fucking damage you're taking, obviously you don't care about using shield wall very well, right? But for Blood DK, like your passive mitigation doesn't fucking exist. It's like actually not. Second, yeah.
5, 4.
Your passive mitigation doesn't exist, so you have to play very well to get around that. Okay, here we go. Thanks for the info. Sure thing. If you have any questions, let me know. Fine little group though. Nothing wrong with this group. Not a big fan of Fury Warrior, but I don't have the logs for it anymore. It might be bad. I'm going off memory though, so I wouldn't want to trust my 20 to 30%. Nah. Like, unless you have very little health. Think about that. I have 100k health just on average. If I was getting hit for 30k from an auto attack, like, that's not possible, right? Like, I know Blood DK can be squishy, but you're gonna get hit for 30k every auto attack. That would, you would never be able to survive that no matter what. You just probably got distracted and didn't plan your stuff right. Bosses should be very easy though, like no matter what. Okay, so I always sit here and wait for CDs. I'm not doing that anymore. We're gonna interrupt mine. We also have a shaman, so that's gonna make it a lot easier for us. Warrior tanks don't save CDs. They don't have CDs. That was a bad example, I guess. In the past, like, CD usage as a warrior was way more important, so bad example, but I'm using like a very old example that isn't relevant anymore. But yeah, obviously shield wall is a good example regardless. Is there any point I cast Rune Tap? Rune Tap's good, yeah. I mean, if you feel like you need to use Rune Tap, go for it, but you're not going to be using it like rotationally. I think the best way to look at Rune Tap, what I heard was, if you're sure you're going to need it to survive, then use it every time. But if you don't need it, then just trust Death Strike, because it's, you know, a loss of runic power total. 30k HPS? Yeah, that's a good pack for doing good HPS. Somebody else open that, that's good. I considered Avatar and Demo as CDs for Warrior. Good. Oh, my trinket aggroed. Why was that? Because I was standing in Sanguine? I forgot all about Sanguine. This is actually a week where we can use the trinket again. Yeah, either way, nobody sits on CDs. Like, it's not like a design choice to make that, but I'm just saying if somebody is inexperienced with tanking and they're coming from a tank that has a lot more passive mitigation, then I can understand why they would apply that thinking to Blood DK, but that's not really how it works. Certainly, like, if I go through a whole dungeon and never use Vamp Blood, like, never use any of these CDs, I will be absolutely unable to tank. Like, there won't be any way to survive. I will be dying constantly. As much as I like Warrior and have been maining it for 3 years, I prefer Prop Paladin more currently. I'd definitely be pushing keys with my Paladin if I have raid gear on that tune. Prop Paladin, interesting. What makes you prefer? Is it you just mean it's more fun for you?
Approach a powerful servant of the jailer.
But now, maybe that Gojo back.
Take the beast's power. You will need it for the dangers ahead.
More utility as well, since we don't have Holy Pally. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm sure that helps. I can see myself. I don't know, man. I would like to play some alts, but it's just like I don't really have much interest. Like, I guess we can do some prop pally though. This character's already character's already pretty geared, so I just need fucking tanking items. I agree with Genfu, but I'm coming from a pug standpoint. Prop Pally feels better than Prot Warrior because of Pally's utility, being able to pick up slack from crap pugs. It's interesting. So, like, it's funny. I feel like, honestly, this kind of stuff really worries me. You know, about 2 months ago, I don't think there was any contention, at least I hadn't talked to anyone who disagreed with this, that Prop Pally was the worst tank defensively. And now that people are playing it at a high level, what, just nobody cares about that anymore? Or I'm not really sure. What's changed? I don't really know. Do you think they're very good defensively all of a sudden? Or you think that just doesn't matter? Or, I don't know. I would love to see you playing Prop Pally. It would be funny. Why would it be funny? I disagreed with it being the worst defensively because it isn't. Which tank is the worst defensively? I never agreed with that. I agreed it was hard to pull off proper though. I made Guardian take recently and it's fun to watch, like the whole party is below 75 all the time and me keeping 95. I think Prot Warrior, really? It's hard to believe. Pally is still bad defensively, but sometimes the best defense is offense. Hard to say which is the worst, though they all suck at something. Well, you have to be able to say they're the worst. If you can't say they're not the worst if you don't know what the worst is. That's not how it works. This is exactly why I stopped making tier lists, by the way, because everybody's like, there's no way my spec is the worst. What is the worst? I have no idea. Well, then how do you know it's not the worst? If I had to pick, I think Warrior. The thing that changes at high ratio, people play it and everyone follows the meta. Yeah, I think, and sadly, I think that's entirely correct. I'm picking Warrior in Pug scenarios, gotcha. I would say, if anything, I might lean towards Vengeance, but I definitely think Prop Pally is the worst. Pally is still the worst defensively, just so good offensively with the utility. It's still viable. Gotcha. They rely heavily on team members to assist them, do they? Then again, I have a bias against Warriors because I have nothing but trouble with them except for 2 in my guilds. Warrior tanks, you mean? Or? I've had a lot of problems with Warrior, but I'm not going to blame the tank spec for that. I think people underrated the Conduit for Ardent Defender. Yeah, what does it do? What does the Conduit do? I've heard a lot of people talking about this Conduit recently, and I don't understand that. One way or the other, I won't have that Conduit, I'd imagine. From a healer perspective, Prop Pallies are the tanks I have to worry most about. It does feel like that, yeah. They're just like a worse Blood DK in how they play. It increased Ardent Defender uptime. It gives X seconds every time you use Shield the Righteous and also reduces its CD. Oh, okay. So it just makes it more frequent. That's it. To me, that does not sound particularly powerful, but I have a Lichborn like a. I have a couple conduits that are somewhat similar, and they don't make that big of a difference. Warrior is so much fun. I do think Warrior would be very fun. Like, I've actually really... I hope 915 will make me more interested, because I'd really like to play some Warrior. I'd really like to play my Paladin more, and I'd also like to play my Shaman more. It just doesn't feel like it's worth it, man. Like, keys just aren't like that fun right now on alts. They're just not. It's like there's so many bad players around that it makes it very difficult to enjoy playing the alt. It reduces CD of Ardent Defender every time you use Shield of the Righteous. It also extends its duration while it's up. Oh, okay. That sounds powerful then. Extend while it's up. That sounds pretty good. I've always said a Prop Pally is a mix of Blood DK and a Prot Warrior. They do neither thing great, but they do well, and that's where making goof of CDs comes into play. Gotcha. Yeah, Goofy, the dog, right, with the floppy ears or whatever. There's a talent that reduces Ardent Defender, so it's basically a less than a minute CD. Oh, that's cool. A talent. Which talent is that? Gearing up alts through lower keys, it's just not fun, man. I just have no... I don't know. There's like it could be good, it could be bad, but it's like the bad is really bad. I feel like right now. We might give it a try though. Good use. Speaking of warrior sign, how's yours? You played him at all since Shadowlands? You guys playing it constantly? Unbreakable Spirit. That's the name of the talent. I didn't know that gave AD reduction. Oh, I guess that's true. It gives a divine purpose or divine something. Divine protection for holy, so it just gives AD because that's what that spell turns into. Holy fuck! How the fuck did I survive that? Since I'm clinically insane, I'm gearing Mistweaver through keys. Nice. That's smart. What makes you clinically insane? Even though you can use Conduit many times, you will keep your CD for trickier moments and waste a lot of uptime globally. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be doing that. That was actually, we're back to the first conversation. Also, yes, playing alts and lower keys is a headache, especially on Prot Warrior. Yeah, it's just like a lot more fun in BFA, I felt like. I don't know, we might give it another try. The big thing was like how much effort alts required recently. So I think that's going to be a lot less in 915. My main is a Mistweaver and Pug exclusively. It isn't that bad. Yeah, I think he's joking, yeah. Hey Matt, what's up buddy? How's it going, man? Putting some time in on the healer, I see. I don't know if that was I assume it was a joke because I'm doing so much HPS. What legendary are you using? Bonos? I don't know, you'll have to ask him, not me. Yes, joke about the HPS. Gotcha. I could see why you would joke about that. Tear of the Morning. Oh, the Sword of the Morning is the one you want. What's the best Mythic Plus healer? Blood Death Knight, yeah. This might just be the best week for DK survivability. There's a bunch of weeks you can pull insanely big, but yeah. It's a good week. Any week that we can actually like do what we want to do on the tank is really a lot more fun. I'm already having so much more fun than I had the last 2 weeks. But then again, we haven't had any stupid disbands yet. I never tried that. Only Ancient Teachings and the Venthyr one. Well, it's the ancestral sword of House Dane, so if you're not... Actually, I don't know who has it now. Ned gave it back to his sister, right? Alright, here we go. What's going on? Why is that guy so low health?
You will pay dearly for this. Have you ever wished
I want a
to
lust.
fly? Now,
Drums, okay. It's great.
care to give this one a try? Have you ever wished you could fly?
Late response, yeah, I agree. BFA Prot Warrior was real fun. It was pretty broken. Oh, yeah, I didn't say that. When did I say that? I've learned how to conserve mana a bit better due to the cleave healing the legendary provides. Oh yeah, that's a problem for Mistweaver, right? They have a big mana issue still. I know in BFA they were like insanely good healers for HPS.
Hold this.
Like their access to HPS was very high, but their mana consumption was insanely high as well.
I would step lightly if I were you. Away with you. My curios can prove quite deadly.
Okay, it's really getting hit hard, huh? Probably gonna want to get that off him.
This should prove entertaining. Away with you. Care to give this one a try?
So little underrated is Brewmaster.
If I were you.
So little underrated is Brewmaster. You're saying that you think Brewmaster is an underrated spec? Is that what you're saying? I don't know if they're underrated. Last time we looked at the stats, they were the second most productive tank.
Entertaining. Now, where to
But that was way before this prop pally shit. They have a mana problem. If you have to stop DPS, a lot of hard cast heals. If the group doesn't take damage, I can play pretty mana neutral. They have a mana problem if you have to stop DPS a lot to cast hard cast heals. If I guess if the group doesn't take damage, I can play pretty mana neutral. Gotcha. Well, that's good, man. That sounds swell.
Have you ever wished you could fly? Now, where to put you?
People say prop pally does a lot of damage, but a good brew. Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really play the other tanks anyway, but I don't really see like prop pally non-venter. I don't really see
Them brokers be up to something. You best be keeping an eye on them.
their damage being that insane.
Now hurry back with
You have to go a lot of defensive options as prop pally. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay, what's this announcement? MDI Global Finals are just 3 days away, and Echo just released a pick'ems so you can predict how the brackets will shape out. Nice. Who is this healing stat guy? Is he somebody I should know? Prop pally damage isn't the highest, contrary to popular belief. Yeah, I don't feel like it would be.
Want them souls,
Certainly Vengeance is the highest, right? Like there's no...
Blizzcon, and all the
I don't
others
know
on
though,
the
maybe
road.
not.
It ain't wise to be holding out on Lazala.
You're gone and forgot what it means to be Aloha. You bond with the people. The power you
I think it's Brewmaster,
share.
really.
The only power that counts be death.
Except I man, there's
And death be
I would like to
coming
do a lot of things in this game, but there's just not enough hours in the day. Prot Warrior plays in Seismic Reverberation does a lot too. Seismic Reverberation, is that a talent or something? Can you have too much haste on Blood DK? Not really, but if you have that much, if you have so much haste that it's affecting your other stats, maybe. I don't know. Stats don't really matter in my opinion. Stats don't really matter too much because primary stat is way more important. Armor, health, especially now, health and strength are going to be way more valuable than secondary stats. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, but yeah, I definitely think you do want to go for verse right now. Haste is nice, but the only thing I ever liked about haste was that it made it a lot easier to get out of mistakes, and I feel like I have so much haste now that that problem doesn't arise. I think the mistakes are less punishing now because of how many CDs you have, honestly. Brew outdoes Vengeance, but with a lot less self-sustain. Less self-sustain than Vengeance. Legendary that casts Revenge a second time for 75% of original damage. Oh, that sounds fun. Prot is like Holy Pally, only works into closed and coordinated groups. Oh, really? Is that why? Was that you who said you thought it would be funny? Is that why you said that? I don't know. The way I would play Prot Pally would be completely different than how probably everybody else is playing it. I would be like a fucking healing bot. Like I'd be healing others more than myself. Their knees out does more damage. the more you stagger, so it scales insanely well on high keys. Okay, I forgot about that mob. That pet. I have to play some monk too. My monk's like level 55. I'd really like to play warrior, but I just don't have a warrior. Like, I basically don't have a warrior at all right now. The problem is I'd like to level a new orc warrior, because I have a blood elf warrior. And I'd really like to keep that character. I sound so fucking stupid, I'm sure. But I'd like to keep that character, but I don't want to play blood elf. Like, at all. I just like having a blood elf plate character that's not a paladin. I would say you need more skill to play Brewmaster and high keys from the rest. More skill. I have a lot of skill. Currently I have not. Oh, that's not actually a good thing. Oh, good ring. Very good ring. I should have not brought that back around. I have 9% crit, 20% haste, 23% verse. Just don't know if I could sack some haste for crit or mastery. I mean, can you? Like, do you have that option on your gear? I don't think so. I don't. Like, I can't just change what secondary stats I have on my gear right now. Like, a brew will need more healing, not by a massive amount, but vengeance will have more self-sustain. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. They definitely need more healing. I was thinking more like of overall survival, because I know vengeance to be relatively weak right now, whereas I know brewmaster to be much stronger. Let's see if they actually kill Skull. Brewmaster is more planning and quick reaction, so yeah. Arcane Torrent is nice for warrior, but the animation looks... Oh god, it's so bad. Yeah, I couldn't fucking play it. No, of course we're not gonna kill Skull first. Doesn't really matter, but... Vengeance feels a lot more squishy than Brew. Yeah, that's what I was thinking basically when that conversation started. Oh man, I don't know. Once the winter, like once I can't golf at all anymore, I guess we'll have a lot more time for a while. But Paladin, then Vengeance in order of squishiness. Yeah, that would be my bottom two as well. Which is better in Pugs? Prop Pally or Vengeance? I have no idea. Probably Prop Pally, because they bring us a lot of cool utility that could help the group.
What have we here? That dusty old Loa has sent debt collectors already?
Hello. Hi Metro, it's my friend Charles's birthday today, and he's a huge fan. Could you please wish him a happy birthday? I assume we're not talking about Paxi, right? Well, happy birthday, Charles, regardless. I agree with it being his birthday. I hope nobody's disputing that. What the fuck? Brewmaster is riskier, but it pays off. High risk, high reward, huh? I do like a gamble. Do you have some winter plans for alts? Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be playing a while more, so... I don't have any plans right now, but it's just like I'm thinking about all these things that I'd like to do, and I'm just like, when would I do those things? Strictly Pugging, you would have a higher carry potential with Paladin. Yeah, I would agree, because Paladin... I will also say, having an immunity as a tank can be very good. It can get you out of jail free. It can be a very big deal. It's not going to probably factor into most dungeons, but every once in a while, if a calamitous event occurs, you might be able to survive it just because you can take that immunity, you know? You can just use that bubble. It's also so good for fucking necrotic, I'd imagine. Which one is better just in general? I have no idea. Just play whatever you like the most. If you're asking this because you're trying to make a decision on which one to play, just play the one that you like the most. Don't worry about what's better. I gave up tanking in Season 1. Really disliked the kite meta. I really enjoyed Season 4 BFA, especially on Vengeance. Now it feels so bad, Vengeance. Yeah, unfortunately I do feel like Vengeance is super squishy. Yeah, you want to not kite? Play Blood DK. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess Bear is probably it's probably even easier to play without kiting, but I never even kited in Season 1, let alone Season 2. Kyrian proc can clear and ignore necrotic stacks like a complete bastard. Oh shit. So they revoke all claims to their ancestral titles. You can't icebound out of that, it's weird. It's a good feeling how much you can just not care about his paladin. Yeah, I think like that alone would make it so nice. You ever seen this many people try to avoid soaking the lines? Usually it's the opposite. Usually people are like, give me the line, I need the damage. I'm not getting that done right, so don't know why. It's like coming out at a weird place. Anyway, visually, Prop Pally is always a great choice. I agree, they do look good. I just fucking hate Horde Paladin, man. I really do. I really wish you could just play Alliance races on Horde. If I can be a Dwarf or Human Paladin, I would probably be playing Paladin right now. But then again, if I could be a Dwarf or Night Elf DK, I'd probably be playing DK again. I like Orc a lot. Orc's definitely my favorite Horde race, but it's just nice to mix it up, and Paladin has like no good options at all. I don't know, maybe I should try Zandalari. I think female Zandalari might be interesting to me. But fucking male Blood Elf, it's just like, honestly, I'm so sick of it. I'm so over it. I was asking because I'm tired of kiting in Mythic Plus's Vengeance. I have a level 50 Prop Pally. I'm wondering if it'd be worth it. I don't know about the whole kiting thing, honestly. I don't play those specs enough to know about the whole kiting thing, but I would definitely say, you know, Bear and Blood DK, you don't ever need to tank. You don't ever need to kite on those specs, surely. At least Blood DK I can say with 100% certainty.
What you give me that look for? Sure, Hakar be a lower blood. But it is a deal, man. Just get me mojo back.
Darkness is mine to command. Nice. Glad to hear it. Apart from most of your damage mitigation comes from standing in Consecrate and using Shield of the Righteous. There are a few occasions where you should kite with Paladin, but if you have to, it's usually something most tanks would kite. Yeah, well that's a good point, yeah. Like, okay, so these mobs are doing this Blade Storm and they put a big bleed on me. Yeah, I mean, I can kite that and drop the bleed, right? I don't need to, but I could, and that would make it easier to survive. So all tanks would be in that same boat. But if we're talking about like your average pack being so hard to survive that you have to run, then yeah, I wouldn't expect that to ever occur. For those specs. Prop Pally just looks really cool, that's nice. Yes, what Metro said, yeah. Honestly though, I think a lot of the kiting content, like concept, was like never really, it was never a real thing in the first place. It was just like a large amount of inexperience and a tank that was purely focused on offense. Because like I said, I never kited in Season 1, and obviously that was to my detriment at times, but it's like, it was never really needed. It's just, you know, it could be good, but Should be able to survive the content. I mean, if you can't survive the content you're playing, then I don't know if that's content itself. Craig, what's up? Welcome. You literally shouldn't kite with prop pally. It's true, yeah. It's like you don't want to be moving out of your consecrate, right? It's the same thing with blood DK though. Like, same thing with all specs. You shouldn't kite his vengeance either. You can't heal. Same thing with blood. You can't death strike when you're running. Actually, if anything, prop pally can use their active mitigation on the run now. That was a big issue back in the day. And Brewmaster is obviously the best at it. They can do full defense while running. You don't kite Metro, you die like a champ. Just there in the spot with your head high. I don't need to, is my point, yeah. Never did, really. There's been times when I should have, and it's, like I said, it's made it harder to survive the packs, but... the more damage you take, the bigger your death strike, so I was just focused on that, you know? Just focus on getting better at playing DK than running away. The cooldown timer for Consecrate is stupid low these days, and you can use it to slow packs. Yeah, it's like 4 seconds or something, right? So there's options for it, but 99% of the time you stand there and hit back. Smack him with the shields. Warriors fucking getting carried so hard, it's unbelievable. I didn't pay attention to his overall in the previous key. Didn't anyone look at it? The bigger the hit, the bigger the heal. Yep. That's why I've really enjoyed having really high HP, because it makes it a lot easier to just stand still and get hit. I'm definitely going to be using this Tazavest trinket for the rest of this expansion. I'm so glad that there's actually a good stamina trinket, because there usually isn't. Guess I missed your vaults. Oh yeah, of course. We opened that at the start of the stream, but I didn't get anything. I just took the concession or whatever, the items, the tokens. You can kite with Prot Warrior. Actually, yeah, to be fair, Prot Warrior is actually the tank that you can probably kite the best with right now, because they actually have a reason to kite. Whereas everyone else is just vacating, but they can actually do something while kiting. You will be able to get it at max eye level next season too. Tazavesh? Yeah, hopefully. I mean, who knows what they're doing, but hopefully it's not going to get nerfed or anything weird.
You're a nasty one, but you be making him pay him debt. Sooner or later, you're gonna be back. You can't keep a bad load down.
I really wish that said front right instead of top right. I mean, what the fuck? I need to, I could probably just edit the Weakor.
These little friends of yours think they're gonna help you.
What does the trinket do?
What chance?
The Tazavest? You don't know about the Tazavest string? Oh my god. Taking damage grants you a chance to unleash the first technique, reflecting 10% of incoming damage up to a maximum of 5.4k damage. Which that number will go up with higher, higher shit.
Think you're one boss man. Maybe you've been scouting in the shadows for too long. Beware. Come on now, heroes. Bring the mojo back and help me put this whole lower in place. So small, so weak. The shadows take.
Now this guy's, fucking people are so stupid. Top right.
Beware.
So to assign Martinus to top left, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it says top. Like, the people, maybe that's a European thing. Everybody in America says front left or front right. I don't know why it says top.
Beware. The shadows take ya. Your life be mine.
Remind me after this. I'm gonna try to edit the week or and see. Hopefully it'll be obvious and I can figure it out.
Beware.
Change it from top to front.
You best hurry. The price don't matter now.
Foolish mortals. Me be the true god of death.
Top sounds weird. It doesn't even, like, I've never heard anyone say top. It's not the top of anything. If anything, the back ones are the top. They're like higher up, aren't they? They're like up the ramp, aren't they? I don't actually know. Wow, this is gonna be close.
Don't you be counting me out yet.
Oh, we did it.
Pay attention. Father of sleep.
No, we didn't. Somebody failed. Should put that on the map.
Beware.
Over there. Was it us? It wasn't us, right? I assumed that guy clicked it, but I didn't actually pay attention. Thought the warrior failed. Surely the druid didn't fail. Sounds like he popped CDs. Vampy rampy. I would just press that even if I didn't have CDs up, just to make it sound like I was doing something.
Beware. Darkness be mine to come out. Beware. So small.
Front left. No, there's only the one. Right? Yeah, there's only the one.
The shadows take ya. Beware.
You best hurry. The price don't matter now.
Foolish mortals. Me be the true god of death.
It was, oh, he's saying front left as in it was the warrior who fucked it up. Of course. This guy's like, does not deserve to be in this group. 2388 as well. Like, what are we just carrying?
About your people, only power.
It'll be a tight finish, I feel like. Two minutes. I don't know if it's gonna be that tight. 13%. Yeah, we got it, but it's a lot of damage we still need to do. I need to remember to change my key.
Beware.
Change my key and then check the weak aura. See if we can change it.
So small. So weak. The shadows take ya. Beware. Darkness be mine to come out. Beware. A victory well earned.
Okay.
You have proven that
Easy
none
upgrade
of the
though.
weapons in Zone
Definitely an easier week than I expected it to be.
Times change, man. Mortals never be as weak as you believe them to be. You see, they have potential.
I've already entirely forgot. I know I'm going to change the weak aura, but what was the other thing?
Worrying about a thing. You're gonna be having plenty of time to learn from your
Okay, the other side, 21. Upgrade.
You did good, heroes, yeah. But what was all I got
Druid, monk, warrior.
It for mortal eye. Take your trinkets and be gone with ya.
Not be some big talk one Sunday, but you be nothing before the jailer.
You better watch your tongue, little thing. One someday the boss man now.
Musala marker. That's the name of it. Okay, let's see. Maybe in actions, right? Yeah, there we go. Simple. Front. Is there a reason it's not capitalized? I don't know. Front. Okay, good. That's that. We saved that then. That's easy. That should make it work. Yeah, there we go. We did it. Easy. Ah, reroll key. That's it. Where's the guy? Oh, I missed the opportunity, didn't I? Fuck. God damn it, man. I'm such an idiot. How did Warrior have 10k and Druid have 9.4k? Warrior died a lot, yeah. No, I think the other side. Okay, let's finish our Ardenweald. He isn't always where the boss is. It's because he died a lot. He had like 5 deaths.
Foes of the forest, beware.
Oh, an Ardenweald box. There's options to configure the weak aura. Yeah, I just did it. I didn't need any options. I just changed what it said.
Something for every occasion.
I just changed what it printed. Yeah, you get so much money just free now. This has got to be like... It's actually kind of insane how much expansion... How much money has been given out each expansion.
Speak plainly.
But yeah, not for that change. Yeah, just changed what was printed and that's that. Now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Actually, let me log out just in case. Save that. Me? Oh, that guy is sanguine. Wait, what was that? Oh, this can go up? Wait, what is going on here? Oh, I didn't even realize that. The headrest goes up. Wow, I had no idea. Oh, that's cool. It's actually quite nice. It's a great chair. I'll tell you what, it's so fucking comfortable, man. It's just... Stupid armrests are just not configurable enough. If these armrests were about 4 inches back, this would be the best chair I've ever owned for sure. Hopefully it'll stay that way. I think I probably would have said that about the Maxnomic chair when I got it the first 2 weeks as well. 22 Plaguefall? I don't think so, no. Oh yeah, no way, that's Necrotic Wake. Now I got 22s ready. Is that the gamer chair? I bought the, I might make a video on it to be honest. I think I will actually. I just gotta find the time. I'll have to use the GoPro for it. Anyway, I bought a chair from Staples called the Lazy Boy Joel or something like that. And I bought it specifically, one, because it didn't have any stupid fucking obstructions for me sitting however I want. And two, because it has like an insanely comfortable cushion. And that's what I was looking for the whole time, was just something that I could sit on and not feel like I'm sitting on it. It is so nice when I recline it too. I can't do this while I'm streaming, obviously, because you won't be able to see or hear me probably, but it is so, when I can just recline it, it's like, oh my god, it's awesome. Here, I'll do it and see how far back we actually go. Oh, that is just so comfortable, man. It's actually insane. It's like perfectly fine to play like this, but looks a bit ridiculous on camera. So that's gonna make me want to stream less, unfortunately. But all good. I never got a racing chair because of your video. Yeah, you saw the video. Yeah, that was like, it's just so fucking dumb, man. I actually told the person who was like the person who was like talking to me at Staples, I'm like this is so fucking idiotic. And he was like, I think it's meant to be modeled after like cars. I was like, yeah, you know what the difference between a car and a chair that you're sitting on playing games is? You could fucking die while you're driving the car. You're not gonna crash into a wall while you're sitting on a fucking chair playing a computer game. You know what I mean? There's no reason for it. It has no functional purpose. I don't know why they did it. Ragnaros Warrior will on chair. They'll get into a crash, you mean? Yeah, I like sitting on the leg. It's actually very comfortable. Actually, wait, is it? You ever played Black Desert? No. Your hair is looking amazing. Oh, really? I remember the buzz cut. Yeah, it's definitely, it's been a while then, Daniel. Welcome. Yeah, it's getting really long. Even the golf, I was watching the golf footage from like May. My hair was very short in May. It's actually funny. I agree. That's one majestic mane you got right there. Well, thanks a lot, man. It looks good. Day after I shower, it always looks good. Or day after I wash my hair, it always looks good. I have expected Blizzcon Online to be canceled, to be honest. Why, did they just announce it or something? Why would it be canceled? Yeah, here we go. Oh, wait, it is canceled. We decided to take a step back and pause on planning the previously announced BlizzCon Online schedule for early next year. This was a tough decision for all of us to make, but it's the right one. Any BlizzCon event takes every single one of us to make happen, an entire company effort. Fueled by our desire to share what we create with the community we care so much about. At this time, we feel the energy it would take to put on a show like this is best directed towards supporting our teams and progressing development. Additionally, we would also like to take the time to reimagine what a BlizzCon event of the future could look like. The first BlizzCon was held 16 years ago, and so much has changed in the time since, most notably, multiple ways in which players and communities can come together and feel like they are part of something bigger. Whatever the event looks like in the future, what's going on? Summoning. We're committed to continual communication with our players, and we see Blizzcon playing a big role in that going forward. Honestly, I've always hated BlizzCon. When I went to BlizzCon, I was like, wow, this is the biggest fucking... Like, if I paid for that, I would be, like, so disappointed. You can't fucking see shit, because, like, there's... All the shit is going on at the same time. So, like, you want to see the Diablo announcement and the WoW announcement? You can't. They're too far away from each other, even if they don't go on at the same time, to get from one side to the other. But I like the online event better, at least, but it's still a pointless event. They should just stop doing this. Like, I feel like they also sit on development to make sure it lines up with BlizzCon. Don't do this. Just fucking, when things are ready to announce them. Some male employees began to see women at conventions not just as customers, but groupies. One woman who worked there recalled a conversation in which one of Blizzard's top executives told a group of his staff that young women, both fans and colleagues, saw them as superstars. And why shouldn't they benefit sexually from that? I mean, that doesn't surprise me, right? Anyway, you can literally style your hair like in the Witcher game. Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up, Samantha? Welcome. Okay, what are we doing? BlizzCon would have been a PR nightmare. Yeah, I mean, by the time... I don't know when it was scheduled for, but it's like going to be like 4 months from now, so I don't know. Wow, the culture was that bad? I guess so. I don't know anything about that or really care about that, to be honest. But I will say the event itself was that bad because I went with Tyler and it was like just awful. It was just awful. Like, I had so little fun at the convention itself. I didn't even enjoy being at it. It was really unfortunate. I'm just not great with massive crowds one way or the other. So that made it less fun anyway, but it was like fucking freezing in there. Like, I legitimately thought it was a joke. I legitimately thought they were doing it because it's called BlizzCon. It was like 50 degrees in there in California. That place is such a fucking joke. That state is such a fucking joke. If you live somewhere that is perpetually gorgeous and you have the AC on at 50 degrees, you're a fucking idiot. Like, legitimately. That, I don't know who does this shit, but everywhere in California, you walk into these buildings and it's like ice. It's colder. It was warmer in Pennsylvania than it was in California buildings. It's like, dude, you live in the nicest state in the country. Why do you always want the AC on? I don't understand. It's always humored me how in Keys there's so much discussion about how to handle the first pull and nothing for the rest of the... It's true. It's actually a really good point. Yeah. The first pull is not what I'm worried about. The culture in Blizz isn't the best, but it's like that in most video game companies. Yeah, whether it is or isn't, I just don't really care. Hate to say it, but it just doesn't matter to me. All I care about is the game. I don't really care about the people making the game. Which is sad, but it's true.
5, 4, 3.
You know it's sad, but true. Alright, here we go. Big stealth skip here. Hopefully we won't fuck it up. We do have a Fury Warrior in the group. No flame, please.
So, the House of Eyes has finally sent someone to kill me. You're welcome to try. The horrors within these halls will make quick work of you.
What halls? We're not in halls. We're in fucking Plaguefall, you fucking idiot. How dumb can you be? We're not in halls. Probably should have gotten 5. 4 is a little late. See, as predicted, Sanguine killed somebody. I'm not really sure how it's difficult to just not stand where the mobs are about to die, but these guys managed to make it look very difficult. Why are you doing halls again? Good question.
Well fought. Now claim its power as your own.
That fire's still on the ground after, huh? Never really paid attention to that. Wow, rune weapon there? That wasn't smart. I guess it might be back up. I don't know. We got everything else up. We got 4 different CDs up. It's really nice to have rune weapon for the start of that pack so I can get through it. Okay, wasting all kinds of shit there. Tree is really, sounds like a good idea, but it ends up being a bad one. Okay, that could have went worse, I guess. I never really noticed, like, those mushroom guys are like not only dead, but like brutally massacred. Look at it, they're everywhere. What's even going on? Those are actual NPCs. There's just like blood everywhere, which doesn't make any sense because I don't think anything has blood in the Shadowlands, right? I don't know if Blizzard knows. The whole concept of Shadowlands doesn't really make a lot of sense. How there's animals, like it doesn't really. I don't think there's animals in the place where death is, but I guess the animals are dead animals, maybe? I don't know. Wait, do we have a Necrolord? I guess the monk, yeah. Oh, right. This is actually probably a huge waste of time. Sanguine is going to make it so we can't stand in the puddle. I guess we can do it. Yeah, we might still be able to. We just have to wait for Sanguine to go. Sanguine goes pretty quick, right? Missed with Gorfiends. That's a scary pull. Oh, no, that's easy. As long as somebody can actually interrupt, that's easy. I don't know if it's just like the nature of the pull or what, but like this is so weird how people don't understand that we're trying to move this mob back. Dude. Wait, oh, maybe they don't even give Sanguine. Oh, they don't actually give Sanguine. Yeah, there's no Sanguine. Right? Yeah, okay, no Sanguine. Oh my god, man. I always blink too early. It's a huge waste of that spell.
The slime protects me.
9.2 Bloody K with Tazma string is going to be busted. Whatever the highest itemable version. Well, I don't think a single trinket is going to make them busted, but yeah, it's going to be cool to have, that's for sure.
You are nothing but contagion.
Whoa, what the hell? Holy fuck, we almost wiped that. Why are these not CC'd right now? We're just fucking AFK.
That was a mere taste of what the plague
Hey,
can
Size,
do.
what's up, buddy?
Once I control it, all of Maldraxxus will pay for what they've done.
I'm just gonna start pulling both of these from now on. Oh, I don't fucking even have Gorkins, Jesus Christ. I used it on the slimes. The cold guy. Guess that means we were pulling him, right? Oh, this haste. I'm like, why? What is going on with my fucking rune generation? Oh, that was another good ring. Wow, you guys are actually pretty good at using that spell. Just kidding. Wait. Oh, we aggroed. What? What's going on here? Jeez. Looks like we're good. Do you play other games in WoW, by the way? Well, I don't really play other games, but I do. I've been working on a bunch of different mods and customizations for other games. Final Fantasy Tactics, I was making like a ROM hack for. I still am. I think it's done. Okay. I would love to keep working on it. Like, I want to make adjustments to the battles as well. I basically like retuned every single thing in the game, added a ton of custom classes, basically removed all the original classes or jobs, whatever they're called, made a bunch of custom ones, and rebalanced every single item in the game. Now, I did that, but it's like, okay, but now it's time to like test it and see a bunch of different, you know, if it's still difficult or what after doing that. But I've played through the game. Like, I usually get like halfway through the game and then I just end up forgetting and stopping playing it for a while. But I got into like deep into Act 4, I think, recently. But I don't know. I just need like other people to play test it, I guess. I was hoping Cop was gonna be one of them, but he's like so illiterate that he couldn't figure out how to play the game. So, but anyway, the main thing I've been working on is making a Pokemon fan game. I've been working on that since like 2016, I think it was, and it's in a really good state. I've been playing it a lot recently, and man, is it fun! It's so much more fun than any other Pokemon experience I've ever had, which I would hope so, considering I made it exclusively tailored to my interest. But that's in a state where a couple more days of effort, and it would basically be like the main part of the game would be fully playable. But I do want to include New Game Plus, and that would be that's a lot more effort. But I think it's like it's mostly just copy and pasting shit and then editing values, so it's not too much. But oh, you develop mods? Is it like something that uses a certain programming language? Well, every game uses something different. I don't know anything about coding anything though, so all I've ever done is just found things that work the way I want them to work and then change them to work the way exactly I want them to work. Have you been playing with this team the last 3 keys? Yeah. I know WoW add-ons are written in LUA. So the only thing I know for sure is that Pokemon Essentials is written in something called like Ruby Game Script or something like that. Usually the ROM hacks and the fan game, or then the mods and stuff, are like not written in a specific language. I don't exactly understand it, but I guess they're like written in a language that only the game would use, kind of thing. Like a game code, I think is what I've heard people call it before. Wow, it's like you found a push group. Yeah, that's basically what I signed up for, yeah. Anyway, but so I was working on Final Fantasy Tactics ROM hack. That's like number 2. I've been making like a Crusader Kings 3 mod pack, like a massive mod pack with like 1 million mods in it. Most of it is just shit that I just took from other mods and put in mine. But I did start, the game is not, you're not meant to be able to play as the Pope in that game. And that's because like the game is supposed to be about like focusing on the dynasty, and the Pope obviously can't use a dynasty. But I still think it's very interesting to do regardless, so I found a mod that allows you to play as the Pope. A couple mods, combined them, and then made some heavy alterations to turn the Pope into like a god level character basically. So it's like you're playing as a character who has like immense power in the game, and it's at least somewhat gamified. Like I made it so most of the actions. Oh, why am I pulling this fuck? Most of the actions I'm doing can be done with piety, which is one of the stats in that game. So it's actually like quite fun. It's actually insanely fun. The way I've been playing it recently is like I start as basically like a completely like all of the Christian kingdoms or whatever. I dissolve them all. I start with an entirely like 0 people on the planet are Christian, And then I turn like I try to turn the entire game into Christian. And it's actually really, really fun. That's like the most fun I've ever had playing a game like that before. I'm very interested in your Final Fantasy mod, gotcha. Yeah, if I ever advance them, I'll let you know, but it's not really something I actively work on. Every once in a while, you know, it's like almost like I'm kind of waiting for something. I think the next step for the Final Fantasy mod is this group of people who are making a very advanced ROM hack for Final Fantasy as well. And they originally claimed they planned on using they planned on creating a new game plus for Final Fantasy Tactics. I honestly think Final Fantasy Tactics would be the best possible game to have a new game plus for, because of how long it takes you to get the job set up and shit. Like, it would take you like multiple acts to even get the job set up, and by that point, like, I feel like a lot of the fun battles are over. So I would love a chance to do that in Final Fantasy Tactics. So if that ever gets published or like fixed or done, whatever, then I guess I'll probably try to take that and co-opt it for my game. You should start a community project or what?
To the victor goes the anima.
Coding can be fun. I always wanted to be a video game dev after graduating. Oh my god, again. After graduating, I saw that the pay is just shit and banks off 3x more for software engineers. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't really feel like I would never really get into it because I wanted to make money off it, but I do hope that someday the Pokemon game could be, you know, popular enough that many people can play it. Like, I don't know if you don't know this, you probably don't know this, but me and a good friend of mine used to play Pokemon Reborn, which is, like, in my opinion, the most ambitious Pokemon fan game ever made. We used to play it like a lot and made a lot of videos and stuff on it. So I always wanted to make my own fan game because Pokemon Reborn is excellent. The story in Pokemon Reborn is literally better than, like, I don't know if there's a better video game out there story-wise. Like, legitimately, I think it might be the best story that's in any video game. And it's just a fan game. So I was like, yeah, I could write a cool story too. But I also wanted to make gameplay better because I do feel like the game... Is it still there? The gameplay is like really, you know, Pokemon's really good gameplay, but I have way better ideas. Final Fantasy Tactics is so cool. I was very happy too when I saw Final Fantasy 14. They did a whole raid. I saw that, but they don't look or interact anyway. That Tactics is probably. So I just talked about Pokemon Reborn being one of the best stories ever, but actually Final Fantasy Tactics is the best story I've ever seen in a video game. It is so fucking well written. It's actually like Game of Thrones, but it's like the same story effectively. But Pokemon Reborn, oh, it's amazing. Yeah, if you want to see, you can go to Ace Games TV and look on. We have like, I think it's probably like 60 some episodes, and we stopped playing it because Arno went on with his life basically. Oh yeah, we were playing it like every week for years, like literally years. That was definitely the most fun thing I've ever done. That's the most fun YouTube project I've ever been a part of that isn't like WoW related. I gotta sit down and have a talk with Cop. I had this idea where I wanted to basically, because I wanted him to try to play my Pokemon game, because I just need people to fucking test it. I had Jix test it, but he basically like he went like so fucking hardcore that he completely broke like most of the concepts of it. So I would like to find like an average player who doesn't know that much about Pokemon to test it and see how hard it is for them. I just need to find the right person. I miss Reborn. Still, I mean, I haven't looked in a while, but there's still like the final chapter that's coming out, right? That game is like 60 hours to play, like one way or the other. Like, I really want to finish Pokemon Revolution online. Oh yeah. You see my message above now. Did you and Siler ever get more people to your guys' channel? You're talking about the abode thing? No, unfortunately not. It just fell apart. We couldn't find any interest. I don't know. I'm awful at finding people on the internet, apparently. I can't find any people for the guild now. I mean, like, we're actually in serious trouble here. We might not raid for a long time. I don't know what's going on, but I just can't find anybody to actually be interested in joining the guild. I hope that it will change when the patch comes out. That's the only thing I get hope for, but if not, I don't know what we're doing. Pugging Mythic Raid, I guess. I just don't know where people congregate anymore. I guess it's not. It's on Reddit and shit that I don't know go on and stuff. Last time we talked about that was when I helped you guys kill Mythic Sludge. Yeah, there's some really good ideas there, but it just didn't. I mean, we're literally giving people something for free that other people are charging like hundreds of dollars a month for, and we couldn't get people to even consider it. Like, they wouldn't even. I don't know. Internet's a weird place. I guess there's just too many scams on the planet nowadays. People are all like very wary of anything nowadays. So they get some message about something being entirely free and they don't even consider it, even though it might be something they want. Is it coincidence? Is it just coincidence, or you never get whispered streaming? Yeah, I get whispered streaming. I mean, who's gonna whisper me? I don't know. People whisper me in the keys all the time. I don't know what you mean. My guild half died, and now we are joint raiding with another guild. Gotcha. Well, if anyone out there is looking for a raiding guild that raids Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 to 11 Eastern, let me know. We need a lot of stuff. We need like probably 4 players, basically. Is Firetree more of an alliance server? I don't think so. No, I think it's horde heavy. I have no idea. Doesn't really, not something I interact with, so I have no idea. Tanks, not tanks, no. Healers and DPS only. What roles do you need for raid? DPS, yeah. DPS or healers. You always rally last second to get the peeps. It was easy last time because it was the start of the season, but it's just, I just don't know where to find them. They just don't exist. It's strange, but I think it's actually worse than Classic right now. I'm not really sure why so many people care about this, but I guess this is all because of the lawsuit. I'm not sure. The hardest time I ever had recruiting was during Classic's heyday, but this is actually worse than that. I remember for a while you were looking for ranged healers. I mean, we don't have 20 players. Like, we don't even have close to 20 players, so we need everything. We need players. Like, the problem is, the concern I have right now is that, like, we're gonna take players who are not gonna work out, and then that's basically what just happened. I mean, we recruited a guy who was in the guild for like 3 weeks, you know what I mean, and spent all that time assuming he was gonna be the future of our healing group, and now he's gone just randomly without saying a word to anyone. So that kind of stuff just makes it so unfun. I really wish you could just fucking raid without 20 people, like properly raid. I just fucking can't stand recruiting, honestly. I hate having to try to convince people that they should want to join your guild.
Take the beast's power. You will need it for the dangers ahead.
Well, as other guilds start to dwindle, they may come to you. Not just a lawsuit. There's no fresh content. It's not. This is not a. That's not a thing. Like, the patch has only been out for like fucking not even 4 months. If you're bored after 4 months, then what were you doing every other patch? Either way, all we're talking about is the raid. I'm not talking about fucking world content or whatever it is people think that doesn't exist in the game. Naguri's chat was hype about 10-man. It'd be so much more homely. I don't want that, but just want there to be flexible. Like, maybe like, I don't know. The problem is then, it's like this is an unsolvable problem in the way I'm describing it, because if you allow 18 players, then we're like, okay, good, we only need 18 raiders. And then when we have 17, I'm complaining about that again, you know? So it's just not, it's not gonna be, that problem isn't gonna get solved like that. And here I am, desperately trying to integrate to a guild, and they're all inclusive and doesn't care. Gotcha. I think lifting the crossroad mythic would help a lot. It's already been lifted, yeah. That's, I think that's actually hurt our guild, because like I've talked to 3 different people in the last 2 weeks. Well, I've talked to 4. One's actually gonna come tonight, I guess. But the other 3 are all just like, I can tell they're not actually interested in joining the guild. They just want to raid. It's like, okay, well, if you're not going to join the guild, then this is not going to work out. Eventually, the cross realm thing has to be, you know, like even if I wanted the person to raid with us, eventually you're going to have to be on the realm.
A single scratch is all it will take.
My point was that it just makes it hard to fill a role when everyone can more or less do whatever they want, swapping characters between each raid. I don't, what is that point though? I don't get it. I like raid size as it is. I totally agree. I don't think they should change the raid size. I'm just wishing that there was a way to, like, let's put it this way. It's this raiding and running a guild is like unlike anything else on the planet. There's 2 things I could think of that it's similar to. One is like running a business, okay? So I know like my mother's worked at the same job for like 30 years and I followed the business there closely. I feel like I've learned a lot about running a guild that can help run that business. But the thing is, when they have people call off, it doesn't matter. They can still do the job with 19 players. You know what I'm saying? They can still be efficient with 19 people. Even if like a massive individual in the job calls off, that's fine. They can still work. They don't have to just not work. But in raiding, that's not possible. Like if you don't have 20 players, you can't beat the bosses. Like it's extremely difficult to beat the bosses. You can't do your job if you don't have 20 players. And then the other thing I was thinking about is sports teams. Like, okay, all right, so it's a lot more like a sports team. Like you need 5 players on the court to have a basketball team, no matter what. You don't always need a bench. You just need 5 players on the court. But the difference in sports teams is you sign contracts. Like you can't have somebody just leave in the middle of a season. You know what I mean? That person is contractually obligated to play for the New York Yankees for the rest of the season. So there's no fear of, as the manager of the team, not having enough players to field the team. That doesn't happen. So like that's the big issue. It's like I can't keep people. It's just like I can't seem to cross both bridges at the same time. It's very strange.
Fear the dagger in the dark.
There are guilds higher in the food chain that are bleeding too. Well, I know that. Yeah. I'm not really talking about my guild specifically. I'm talking about guilds in general. But I said this in BFA, and like a guy who ends up turning into a fucking retard, but somebody who was in the guild at the time was like so fucking offended that I suggested that. I'm like, dude, like you don't understand how difficult this is. The amount of people who just leave in the middle of a progression boss, I mean, that sets us back weeks, like literally weeks. Like the people who have left in the middle of this tier, we're like, they've bankrupted us. Like we're fucked. We might be to a point where we don't recover from it, honestly. And it's like, if you guys can just leave at the end of the season, it will be so much easier. We can continue to progress and we can still do everything. I understand, you know, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, if I can just get a fucking actual agreement to keep these people here for the whole season, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But of course, it's just a video game, so I don't know. Make people sign contract. I was legitimately talking about that, yeah. Anyway, I think 915 will bring people back because of covenant swapping. Yeah, I hope so. I don't see why it would, but making a commitment? Hell no, people don't do that. Even then, the NBA does 10-day contracts or recall from G League to fill roles, but in practice is where the problems happen, if any. It's not a one-for-one example. I was just giving an example of like other things that are similar that there's no concern over because you know they have like a contractual they have security in their players. No player can leave in the middle of a season. What's this guy doing? Actually, are we like actually gonna have a chance at upgrade this? I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a few minutes over, one way or the other, but it's closer than I thought it would be. He's pulling slimes for the net. Well, I mean, I know why we're pulling them. We need them for count as well, but I don't know why he's pulling them as the healer. The game just really fucked itself in terms of guild zone stuff. Like, they really need to remove fucking shit like LFR and all these easy ass difficulties, because I think a lot of it's like in Wrath when we started this guild, all of our like every single one of our recruits was somebody who was wait, why do we not have count? I don't know what happened. Anyway, all of our recruits were people. Oh, I know why. Anyway, all of our recruits are people who were like looking to get into raiding, and they had to join a guild to do that. So now there's like, you know, if you're new to raiding, you're not going to join a guild. You're just going to pug till you get far enough where you have to join a guild. I'd happily sign a no-pay sort of standard work contract for me to main tank or main heal a raid for so and so long. Because that would only mean I didn't have to keep adjusting to flaky people. Yeah, it's just not going to happen, but I just wish there was a way to do it, because people leaving in the middle of tiers is so, it's like the worst thing, man. It's so insane. Like, you know, we're already having trouble with some bosses, and then like people crucial to those bosses leave. It's like, okay, so now we're basically starting progression all over again. Joining a guild is such a foreign concept. Yep, I agree. Blizzard's done this. Don't you think if you raise the bar for current raiders in regards to their performance and effort, and it will positively impact new recruits staying? No, there's no new recruits. Oh, you're not listening? They don't exist. These people don't exist. I literally can't get people to be interested. Like, good players, bad players, they don't exist. Nobody is leaving because of your fucking feigned, you think you're the best player in the guild and everyone else sucks. That's not happening. They're just leaving randomly, like that Saga guy did, without saying a word. He deleted his Discord as well. I don't know what happened. He just fucking like deleted everything. I tried to message him. He's still in the guild. He's not logged on his character for like 3 weeks. I don't know. But no, kicking out players we currently have is not going to make the situation any better. What you can do is helping the people who are struggling get better. That's the best thing that we can all do, since we're all on the same team. Even though for some reason it seems like some people don't want to all be on the same team. Signing a contract to raid is a terrible idea. Terrible for you, but if you led a guild for 12 years, you probably feel differently. I understand why nobody would do it, but it's definitely gotten to a point where I feel like it's something I need to do. There needs to be some security that we're actually going to finish the tier with people who have been there for a long period of time. What do you think Blizzard can do to fix guilds? Remove all this pugging functionality, basically. Make it so you can't, like, basically, I would start by taking normal and LFR out of the game and making it so if you're in a guild, you get a buff to raiding. Something like the, what's it called? The, you know, like how when you queue for an LFG dungeon, you get a buff. Do the same thing, but be in a guild. Those would be the first two things I would do. It's all about boosting services. Well, that's true. Yeah, okay. No, actually, number one thing is get rid of boosting. Make it so it's actually not allowed. You're not allowed to boost in raids, especially. If you guys can manage to kill Painsmith, it should get better. I'm not worried about Painsmith. That fight is not that hard. I'm just worried about having 20 players. I manage recruitment for my guild, and I would never make any of them sign a contract to raid with us. So you think it's perfectly fine when people just disappear in the middle of a raid season? Signed cop for 10-year, $30 million. I've been raiding with the same guild for almost 17 years, but it got disbanded a few months back as the entire prog thing went to shit. Gotcha. Well, our guild's been around since mid-Wrath as well, so if you're looking for another long-term group, let me know. I don't know why we don't have count. Uh, 100%, it's the most annoying thing, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's not an annoying thing. It's like a raid destroying thing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, compare that to any other similar activity, and they don't have that issue. You can't have a fucking teammate of yours just leave in the middle of the raid without saying something. You're US? Oh, you're EU. It's weird. Most veteran WoW players on Twitter are saying that boosting is okay. No, those are just fucking people who are like hardcore players. Boosting is the worst thing that ever happened in this game's community because now nobody cares to try anymore. They just know that if they can't succeed on their own, they're just going to pay somebody to help them succeed. But it's whatever. Who's the most recent raider who's been around for a while? The most recent raider? I guess, yeah, Jix and Sign, they both came in there. I'm not sure what you mean, I guess. Yeah, Theo's from the problem really with EU to US though is time zones. A solution Blizzard could do is make the sub so people who play the game are actually committed to log in. I don't think that's gonna help. I thought Jix has been around before BFA. They both joined in BFA, yeah. Jix joined at the beginning of BFA and Sign joined at the end of it. Yeah, people, yeah, Insomnia is actually good because he came through the game, but most of the people who, basically, like, the problem I'm having the last 3 or 4 years is that, like, every single person who comes leaves very quickly. And, I actually don't know the last time somebody joined. I think it was Osh, but he's now gone too. But yeah, I don't actually know the last time somebody joined outside of the stream and was here for multiple tiers. I don't actually know who the last person would have been. Or outside, like, the influence of some other concepts. There's a lot of people who come as friends of friends or something like that, but... We have a 10 of 10 buyer tonight. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. I won't ever participate in that. It's just doing so much harm to the game. Especially when we're talking about that 10 of 10 mythic. Jesus Christ, man. So that player is somebody who should be in a guild rating, but instead they're just paying somebody else to do it for them. It's such a sad thing. This game's in serious trouble, man. I hate to say it, but it really is. The community has made such a fucking mess of this game. It's actually insane. I know some people live in NA but play on EU. Automatic jacked it. Yeah, you can do it, no problem. Like I said, the big thing is usually the time zone. Like we raid when you're asleep usually. I don't really think boosting is a problem. Oh, yeah, 100% a problem. Like I just explained it as best as I can. You're taking somebody who should be raiding in a guild to get that achievement away from a guild. So that's pretty much it. Like that person's now never gonna raid. I was thinking of it more like benign terms, like LFR and normal and shit. You know, you'd think a lot of people are just dipping their toes into those low difficulties and then giving up after it gets harder. Whereas back in the day when there was only the one difficulty, you had to be good to get it done. So people would be more inclined to do that. But boosting is even worse. Like boosting is 10 times worse because you don't even, at least, you know, they're doing the whole game's content and just paying somebody else to do it for them. I mean, I hate boosting and I made like 10 million gold from it. People that says it's good are hypocrites. I think most people, I think 99% of people, 99% of people who do boosting are benefiting from it in such a degree that they don't want to give up that benefit. Yeah, we need this mob anyway. If you guys didn't rate it like 200 my time, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Most European players are not able to make the raid times.
All goods and services for sale.
I used to farm herbs and leather to make gold, but now I don't bother and just boost people. Yeah, see, that's the problem, yeah. It's also harming other parts of the game like that. Now, like, the economy has been heavily impacted by this influx of gold being moved around. That's actually something I was hoping that was going to be resolved in Classic, but it's actually even worse in Classic. It's way worse, apparently. Botting, like, they don't necessarily, I don't know, maybe they do it for raids still too, but it seems like everybody just does boosting for leveling. It's like, wait, what the fuck? That's like the main reason you play the game, isn't it? Why the fuck would you try to skip leveling? It's no longer, the game doesn't seem like people play it for fun anymore. I don't know. I'm not really sure like why you would ever buy an achievement like that. Like, if you didn't earn cutting edge, then what's the point in having it? Like, it's not that kind of achievement. It's supposed to be something that you earn and you show like you're a very good player. Now, I paid somebody else to earn it for me. That's the complete fucking opposite of why you would even want the achievement. Mount and gear, but the gear is useless. Like, you're gonna replace it next season, and the mount you can farm next expansion. Like, I just don't really get it. If you're talking about just killing Sylvanas, though, at least that makes sense. You said 10 of 10, so I assumed you meant like you're doing a full raid for them. Why would you want that? I just don't really know. I don't know if it's just his healer or what, but this is not going well. That's the point. No one knows you paid. No, they will. You'll be able to tell that by looking at the guy's logs, but he has no actual logs of a kill other than one. Any actual raider is going to know that guy paid because they're going to be looking at logs and kill rates. Just to ride it around in BGs. It's not, I don't know, that's not my idea of fun. When I return, it's going to be chill with the boys and not farm Courtier, yeah. No, one way or the other. The idea of just fucking buying a raid is just so pointless. And they will know the great part, yeah, I mean, they're probably going to be dead, right? Oh, you have one kill of Sylvanas and you died 2 minutes into the fight. That's interesting. There's no undead heritage armor? No, not currently. Hopefully sometime soon. I don't know if that's going to happen, but... I actually be able to kill this? The monk can just dispel, yeah. It's actually taking like a really long time to kill this, considering we have all of our damage dealers alive. It's a bit odd. That's just for Blood Elves. Blood Elves, Worgen. Well, so for Horde, it's Goblin, Blood Elves, and Tauren from the original races, and then yeah, all allied races. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And then for Alliance, it's Dwarf, Gnome, and Worgen. Right? That's it, yeah, that's it. The one I'm looking forward to the most is Orc, but I'm also really looking forward to Draenei. I think Draenei would be really cool. I hope they'll have a cool idea for that. They do add mounts that get removed. Blizzard probably wants players to buy tokens to get the mount. I would hope that they want players to go do the content and get the mount themselves. Like, you're talking about a heroic mount. Like, that's... Anybody can get that. You don't have to be a good player to get that. They discontinued the heritage armor. No, nothing official. Hate to be Mr. Conspiracy, but there's rumors Ian is missing. What? Are you serious? I haven't heard that. And that would be interesting, honestly, if that happened. 20 million gold is 1 million for each of our raiders for doing something they do every week already. 5 months worth of token. I know, that's why you're not willing to look at it objectively and realize that what you're doing is like harming the game so severely. I mean, hey, trust me, this is why like graft and shit in general is you know, so common in society, because people are like, they want money. Think about all the corrupt cops. I mean, what was the film? The Equalizer, right? What was that, part 2 or whatever? I remember watching that, and the guy who was the corrupt cop in that, like, he had like a whole reason for being corrupt. Like he thought it was justified. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I understand that. When you need the money, you need the money. When you want the money, you want the money. You don't care what the results are, but it's very, very bad. It's harming the game's social fabric quite severely. Okay, anyway, that was Plaguefall 22. At least we finished it. I'm actually, this week has been great so far. But yeah, I don't know if that healer just wasn't up to par or what, but it wasn't a very good group overall, honestly. But we did get a couple good keys in with them, so good enough. No, that'll have to be it. It's almost 4 o'clock, so yeah, I didn't actually get renown 80 last week. I figured I'd just wait until this week. This combo is stupid. If I want my mounts again, I'll just refarm them. All right, gotcha. All right, anyway, we're going to be back on tomorrow with more keys. And we'll figure out what we're doing on the weekend. So That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.